On our walls, the Pepsi generation thought we'd seen it all. Brightly lit future with flying cars, and we'd all be superstars. Energy is endlessly entertaining us violently. Commercials play on TV, and nothing was ever free.
Drive our line, going anywhere. Life moves so fast in an instant flash. I could fly our line, going
down and stayed silent. We worked hard, we were self-aware, made mistakes that land us anywhere. With corded phones and tape machines, you could do anything if you just believe. Commercials play on TV, and nothing was ever free. And fake Nikes. He liked computers and Atari games. Wanted friends but kids can't be me. He played the keyboard, loved the music scene. Formed a band that we pay to see. It's funny how people see all the rock stars on MTV.
What's up, everybody? Thursday coming at you. Almost a Friday. One more day, then we're there. Then a very robust weekend is waiting for us to blast off with. Hope everyone's doing well today on this very special holiday. Very special day for many of us. February 20th, you know, and over the years, I kind of mark this date on my calendar as a changing of seasons almost. Winter, oh, not close to finishing. Still the cold air bites upon our cheeks. But yet we know the joyous spring is getting closer. And we can celebrate mental health, which is a very important topic that not enough people talk about among friends here on the internet. So, happy 220 to all of you out there. Okay? And take care of yourselves, all right? That's the important thing. And if you do have anyone that might be a 220 in your life, think about it. Help them out in some way. Anyways, that was stupid. I didn't know where I was going with that. I just kept going. All right. Anyways, hello, everybody. We're here. And today's going to be a very robust day. So we got lower stream. We got pre-stream. We got the tractor beam. And then I got a coach hockey game in between that. No, hockey practice, I should say, before that. Long day, gonna be a lot big, very, very, very fun and robust. Let's get right to it, all right? So, real quick, we're gonna get into the lower stream right away because, as you know, we're not gonna have enough time. It's gonna be part 1, part 2. You know the whole meme. You know, it's all the meme. But I do have to play this to start the stream, okay? Because Skullmaster, Master of Skulls, is asking, the fuck happened with Mike Watson? I did make that the poll. I think that is the news of the day, and it's very much worth covering here. It's just a 2-minute clip. Let's watch this to get you caught up on the news that dropped last night, I should say. A lot of people sent this to me. Shoutouts to Evil AJ. There was one other person that sent it to me on Twitter as well. Shoutouts to them because I would never have found this by myself. So you guys are the legends that shared it with me. And then that allowed me to share it. And now a lot of people are seeing it. It's very interesting. That's all I'm going to say. It's very interesting. Spaceman is the person that sent it to me on Twitter. Big ups to Spaceman as well. And Evil AJ, the legend. So let's get to that real quick. And we're not going to get distracted too much. We're just going to play this just so you know what's going on. And then we're going to move forward with the sandwich shop fun. Okay, I promise. But this is very much worth your time. I promise. Okay, so 2 minutes. This is Mike Watson. Someone that, let's say, very much was involved in Philip's life in the FGC. Mike Watson was a big name back then. And he was the one that went with Jaha to almost beat his ass. He was the one that Philip was talking so much shit with. Mike Watson said, finally, I want to kick your ass the next time I see you. Jaha was kind of the, let's say, the hitman that was going to come after DSP in that parking lot. And he was with Jaha while Philip cried and said he was an alcoholic. Okay, just for any reference that you don't know. He's also the one that said in that, I don't want to call it a press conference, but let's say a con panel, let's say, he said, I want to make it clear DSP's a piece of shit. I want to make sure that gets on YouTube. And he's that guy who said that, okay? So now, you know who Mike Watson is. Let's get to his statements in 2025 about DSP. This was literally streamed 12 hours ago, so less than 24 hours ago. This is fresh, hot off the presses news here on WPIG 1651. Let's go.
So the DSP situation, look, man, like, honest to God, on everything I love, I really left this guy alone because I realize he's a little bit on the spectrum, and I can't do it, man. Like, I would have beat the shit out of him. We had a couple opportunities. He talked a lot of shit. We confronted him one time. Me and my friend Jaha, we confronted him one time in a parking lot. Viscount was there to witness, and this guy was like shaking for his life, and he was basically like saying, "Oh, I'm an alcoholic. Please forgive me." And I honestly noticed at that moment he was a little bit special on the spectrum, and I kind of just dropped it after that because I'm not gonna fucking go there, dude. Like, I'm not that type of person, man. And I have a real soft spot for special needs. I have a real soft spot for people that have social disorders and disabilities and stuff like that. And I do my best I've actually I've defended a lot of them in my life, and maybe 50% of the fights I've been in have been defending special people, you know. And I don't say that in a mean way or derogatory way, but there's no reason to make these people's lives worse, even if they're pieces of shit. Which I want to say Phil is shown time and time again that he's truly not a good person, but he's special. He's special in that way, and I left him alone. I can't lay a finger on that kind of person, man. It's just not. It's not in my heart. It's not in my blood to do something like that. That's just not cool. But is he a good person? I can say no. Mm-hmm. Does he deserve a lot of the stuff that's been said about him? I can't say no, but I can't say yes either. So I choose as a person to just ignore him. I choose just to let him be, and he can lay in his own bed that he's made, and you know, hopefully he does okay. But it's really none of my business at this point. He no longer says anything bad about me. He no longer instigates or talks shit, and that's enough for me.
There we go. That's the complete statement. I wanted to let sure he got it all out. I didn't want to interrupt anything. And that is, I mean, oh, God. That's like, there's like, you know, you could say he's a gouty pig roach. That's like level 1 insult. You could say, wow, makes really bad life choices and he's fucked up the lives of other people as well with his bad choices. That's like level 2, let's say, in seriousness. And then you have this, which is factually saying, I think he's on the spectrum, so therefore I did not want to beat up on him. And that's when I realized I didn't want to beat up on him then. That's something else. That's something else, man. And the seriousness in which he shares this tale makes it even worse. Even worse. Like, it's almost, you know, if it was anybody else, you'd be like, holy shit, man. But, man, he hasn't, as we all know, it's not like this is anyone news for any of us, right? It's not news. Everyone has assumed this. June the King said this in his documentary as well. I mean, this is two times now in this year that people that Philip would say is reputable in the past have called him and, you know, said he's on the spectrum. June the King was the best documentary that's ever been made about him. He said that. Mike Watson, someone who he said did have beef with before, but now it's not a big deal because they don't talk, just said he was on the spectrum. Now, the question is, will Philip respond to this, right? I put the poll up there now, so I'm going to get your guys' take. 63% said yes, 36% say no right now. I think no. I'm in the no camp right now just because you look like an asshole talking shit about Mike Watson right now, right? Mike Watson put it in a way in which if you shit on him for that, you seem like an asshole. How dare he think I was autistic and not beat my ass? Fuck him. Well, I don't know, man. Mike Watson handled this in a very mature way, it seems, you know, and how he said it, you know, Mike Watson's grown up a lot, and in his time, just based on what I've seen him online, I know nothing about him in real life, you know, I've never talked to him or anything, but I'm saying, like, old Mike Watson was a very different beast, right, than what this new retrospective Mike Watson is, but that shows something too, right? Mike Watson's grown up and has decided to say this statement, right? Oh, Jay on LOLCal Live called Phil a descriptive word too. There we go. You know, so and Philip has, however, never grown up, right? He'll tell you he grown up, but he hasn't grown up, and you know that, right? You know that. So we'll see. It could be an interesting pre-stream. I don't think he'll mention it, but I'll tell you who will mention it is the people in Kick Chat. Because let's see if there's any already. I should have checked. Let's see. Have we seen any? Oh, can SOK account holders run election interference?
Burger King.
I'll say this, Strider. That's a great question for the poll. And these polls are extremely important and very official. So that is a good question. I want to make sure the rules are clear. If he just reads a name, that doesn't count. But if he mentions it, so for example, mentioning it would be something like, yeah, I heard about what Mike Watson said. I'm not mentioning it. I'm not talking about it. That still counts as a yes in my mind. However, if you're, okay, we got an idiot. We got an idiot here. All these names about Mike Watson. I don't know what's going on here. That does not count. It has to be mentioning that Mike Watson said something. I know that line is very nebulous. And I might rig the poll anyway. Thank you, Avery. So that's what I'm saying. So if he reads a name, it doesn't count. If he mentions there is a video, and say, even if he says something like you just said, fluctuating miasma, I don't care. Right? That's it. And Lucky Lime says, ALT, why are you so early? Guys, I've been doing Thursday lore streams for like 4 months now, probably. Not that long, but around there. So Thursday is always the lore stream. Put it on your calendar. Put it on your calendars. All right? Tired of it. Okay. So let's get going. That's just that's the appetizer for today's show, okay? We should have a robust show in any case, but that is the appetizer that Mike Watson has dropped on us for February 20th in honor of February 20th. And we have not gotten Jaha's comment on this. I would like to get that. Jaha sometimes shows up in chat, so if he is in here, I will ask him that. If he doesn't show up in chat for a while, I will send him a message on Facebook just to see what he thinks. I'm sure, I mean, I know what he's going to think. He'll say, yeah, I agree. But interesting that Mike Watson added the new lore here. The important thing to remember about the new lore here is during that moment, he realized Philip was on the spectrum. Now, what does that mean? Well, that means he hasn't really seen Philip in person too many times, right? So he kind of took that extremism moment, that kind of took that, let's say, extreme in-person moment to learn about it. And that would make sense too, right? So a lot of people are idiots online. When you see him in person, it's like, oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. I get it. You know what I mean? So it makes sense to me. But I just want to get Jaha's take on that as well, you know. But anyways, let's move forward positively. Put that in your pocket, okay? Put that in your pocket, in the pocket, and then we'll come back to it later when the pre-stream starts. All right? So let's move forward positively into 2015. Now, what is this lore stream all about? Well, this lore stream is all about sandwich shops. All right, so we've done a few serious style lore streams for a while. When I say serious, I mean, you know, nothing is as serious, but we did the Jaha stuff, which is pretty deep. Let's call it deep. And then we did the bank leaks, which is kind of information heavy. So Cerulean came with the idea of making a silly one this week, and I agree. We need some silliness. So this is going to be a silly one. This is all the times that Philip decides to use a sandwich shop metaphor, and we can kind of get to maybe find the bottom of why he loves that reference so much and why he goes through all the trouble to make so many sandwich shop references. There'll also be times he wants to open a sandwich shop. Right? So that's what we're going to do today. Yanks Fan 84 in the house says, who's ready for some sandwiches? I think we all are. Big up. Hopefully we all are. That's what we're going to get today, no matter what, is some sandwich shop stories. So let's fucking go on this. You know what I mean? We need it. We need it. Big ups to Aloha Snack Bar as well, who says, I'm definitely a 220 today. It's my birthday, and I'm 1 foot in the grave. Thanks for easing the pain. ALT. Rip to me. Well, I hope that's not too true, Aloha Snack Bar. I can't tell how true that is, but I hope you're okay. All right, Aloha Snack Bar? Aloha to you. I think that means hello and goodbye, which kind of sounds bad right now if that is true. So I won't say aloha, but I will say you're a legend nonetheless, okay? You're a legend. Thank you so much, Aloha Snack Bar. Fish Tank Enjoyer says, ha ha ha, 220. On 220, this drops is very interesting and adds another wrinkle to this, right? And remember, that being said, it'll be tomorrow, so we're going to get into this, I'm sure, and then we're going to get into Act Factor on Friday. I know we pushed it back a million times, but tomorrow is definitely happening no matter what, right? Yanks Fan 84 again says, by God almighty, he's killed him! He's killed him! Big up B-Tub in the house. You're a legend, B-Tub. I see Joe Dub says, Mike, with all due respect, I can say deserves it. That being said, Mike, with all due respect, I can say deserves it. That being said, happy 220. Take care of yourselves. It's okay to not be okay, and Joe Dub loves you. Joe Dub, you're a legend. Thank you so much, Joe Dub. And Shadow Slammer in the house. Uh-oh, here we go. I got to translate. Hey, Bub, I heard you make sandwiches shop. I want turkey and wheat, Bub. Also, Marble Robbles, Bub. I paid $2.20 for it, Bub. Also, have Idrid step on me while wait. You got it, Shadow Slammer. I will make it happen. I will make that happen. And Who's Poppin' says, big ups Who's Poppin', feels 100% on the ASD. You don't need to feel bad about being a detractor because as a person, he's a POS that shows zero insight into himself. And that's true. I trust me. I never say you should feel bad for Philip because he's had many chances to realize what a bad person he's been to so many people and himself and his audience. And he chooses to not make that change, not to really grow in any way. You know, it's just, at the end of the day, who cares what we think about him, though? It's just we're watching a TV show that's on the internet involving this person. That's how I see it anyway. You know what I mean? I'm watching a TV show, and the character of the show does some stupid shit. So it's funny when people do stupid shit on TV shows. That's how I see it. I don't have any root feeling towards the person on the TV show. I definitely would agree, though. He is the entire clown show, right? But all right, here we go. 2015. Let's fucking go. First mention was in 2015. Ask the King. Let's go.
If we can keep it near or on that level every month, that's going to significantly free me up from being so worried about views every month. And let's hope, thumbs up, that it does stay at least around to this level of success that it is. And let's hope that we can have creative goals and projects every month coming out of it. I think March is going to be a unique and fun month because of the goals.
Talking about Patreon right now.
We've reached the special things I'm going to be doing in March as a direct result of Patreon. Okay? Next question is from Arrow03. He says, where do you see yourself 5 years from now? Marriage, possibly kids, and what do you think the future holds from you? I wish I could answer these questions. And people ask me these kind of questions all the time, and I never can answer them because I don't know. My life is one of the most uncertain lives of anyone that's probably ever living on the planet Earth. I don't have a consistent, or I don't want to say consistent, I don't have a, not even steady isn't the word. Because the bottom line is, no matter what you do right now, the economy in a lot of the places in the world is uncertain, right? And you could lose it overnight. I didn't never imagine in 2010 when I got laid off from my office job that I've been working there for almost 5 years that I was going to get laid off. There was no signs, nothing. It just happened overnight. So regardless of what I do, there's going to be an air of uncertainty. I have no idea if the things that I'm doing this year, including the Patreon, including the changes to my content, Leanna about to launch her own business, are these things going to equate into, you know, profits so that I can pay my bills, get everything paid down, and we can get to a level where I don't have to worry about that shit anymore? Or is it going to be years of hardship? I don't.
Reminder, just so you were clear, he is making well over $100,000 in this year right now. I know he's trying to make it seem like he's a poor boy, but he's not at all. The problem is he is now 13 credit cards maxed out. That's why we're in this panic mode, even though we're making much more than most people in America. Just want to make that clear right now. We're counting on soap shop to save our business. That seems like a good strategy, honestly. A home soap shop. Sounds really good, though. That's a really good plan. I think you might have picked that up in business, the business degree in the finance college or whatever.
Paid down and we can get to a level where I don't have to worry about that shit anymore. Or is it going to be years of hardship? I don't know. Would I like to get married? Yes. Would I like to eventually have kids? Sure. But I can't financially in any way, shape, or form.
If your thought about kids is, sure, you probably shouldn't do it. And that's one thing he has made a good decision on that. He has not done that, right? Do you want to have kids? Sure. I mean, I don't care, I guess. I mean, what? All right, sure. You know what I mean? Like, it's not a good... It's not a good mindset to have. Oh, sure. I mean, I don't know. Whatever, I guess.
Forums say that those things are feasible right now. I need to get to that level before I even start thinking about them. That's how I've always been. I'm a very pragmatic person. I'm not going to say, oh, I just pipe dream, let's go get married and spend all this money. I can't do that, you know? If anything, the move across the country was the huge leap for me, and now I need to realistically get settled in and be able to afford everything before I can say I'd love to get married and have kids, might start my own business, which I talked about in this episode of Ask the King. What I love to
notice, we're going to be here all day if I'm going to stop this much in the first video, but just want to be clear, you notice he always kicks the can down the road? Every single year we say this. Every single year. One day I hope to do this, and it never... thing that happens never happens. Always is like this. He said this yesterday, right? One day I hope. One day I hope. One day I hope. Now the only thing we're hoping for is 2 days off a week. Can't even do that. The supercard hole. This was supercard released, I believe, this year. No. Yeah. So this is excuse me. We are 4-ish months after the release of Supercard. So we are absolutely deep in SuperCard right now. We are deep in it, in addition to furnishing our whole house. So you can see why we need a soap business to save ourselves, right? It makes sense. SuperCard isn't cheap, especially when you're playing 80 hours in 2 weeks, you know.
To open a restaurant, sure. Realistically, is it ever going to happen? I have no effing clue. You know, and that's kind of it. It's an unstable, uncertain kind of a deal, and that's my life. That's the story of my life at this point for the past 6 years. Next question.
All right, so there we go. He did say
is from Die James. Wow.
He did say there though that the reason that's in this is this.
I'd love to get married and have kids. Might start my own business, which I talked about in this episode of Ask the King. Would I love to open a restaurant? Sure. Realistically,
would I love to open a restaurant? Sure. That's the first mention of a restaurant. You know what I mean? All right, here is Twitter. Hey DSP, I know you use Comcast as your ISP. Comcast is rolling out a data cap, and I want to spread. Okay. As in, they can't cap my internet because it's for business use. It'd be like cutting off water for a restaurant. Definitely. Perfect. Yep. Perfect metaphor. Absolutely. That is so true. They can't cut off the water. Let's see the reply. Someone just said LOL. That's it. Definitely. They can't cut my off because it's for business use. Yeah, you know that? If you call your ISP right now and say it's for business use, you have unlimited internet. It's really cool. Do whatever the fuck you want. It's awesome. I mean, I know you can get unlimited use internet. You know, most people have that now. But I'm saying, the funny part is that it's not, you can't just say, oh, it's for business use. Therefore, you now have endless internet. That's not how it happens, you know. Biggest Pop Polecat in the house says, good morning, LT and chat. I just got home from work. I saw a bird on the drive home. I'm climbing ranked as you right now. Peace and love. Thanks so much, Pop Polecat. I think that was a mini Flatman B impression. I'll take it, Pop Polecat. You're a legend. This Saturday, by the way, the call-in show. Remember the theme on the call-in show is embarrassing moments. So if you got an embarrassing moment, feel free to call in on Saturday or leave a message. Saturday night style. PC Gamer in the house says, pickups for all the fun and entertainment. I'd given a WPIG the highest honor of being the show I watch while I eat. Keep it up. PC Gamer 999, you're a legend. I know exactly what that means. Because that is like when you give a video the while you eat crown, that means you really, really like it. And that does mean something to me, PC Gamer. Thank you so much. I'm the same way. I will let my food get fucking cold before I don't have a good video on to watch. You need to have a good video to watch when you're by yourself, of course. If you have a family, don't do that, guys. But when you're by yourself eating, you gotta have a good video. Come on! Anyways, moving forward positively here. Let's go to, look at this KO Gaming Philip with a thumbnail. He made himself, by the way. This is a self-made thumbnail. You digging this font color? The blue and the red. Cool. Very cool. All right, here we go.
By the Fine Brothers when no one likes them. So ultimately, it's really up to you to make your own decision about the Fine Brothers. But the Fine Brothers decided that they were going to try to take matters into their own hands earlier today when they released an update video on their Fine Brothers.
Look at Philip with his KO Gaming voice and his overlays. Look at this. He's working hard. Don't say he doesn't put the work in, assholes.
Entertainment channel. Basically, it was like a 5 or 6 minute long video saying, listen, we really apologize. We must not have explained this to you correctly, and that's why. It's just a misunderstanding. Unfortunately, when you watch the video, they provide absolutely no new information. The analogy that they give in the video is, well, you could open up your own burger joint, or you could work for Burger King, and if you buy a Burger King franchise, you'll get their exclusive recipes, their exclusive branding, and chances are you'll do very successful because Burger King is already a successful
You will do very successful
enterprise. Branding, and chances are you'll do very successful because Burger King is already a successful enterprise. Now, you're free to go ahead and open your own burger joint if you want, but if you want to be successful, you're probably going to want to go under Burger King. And that's what they're talking about with this new React World idea that they have. But here's the problem with their analogy, right? If you work for Burger King, great. So you make your videos under React World. You get the React World logos, their promotion. You're probably going to get lots and lots of views. Of course, they're going to take a cut. So who knows what that arrangement is, right? Okay, that makes sense. But if you're going to open your own burger joint, all right?
Yeah.
It's not like they trademarked the word burger, right? They trademarked the name Burger King. So you could, it's not like they trademarked the word burger.
That was for saying right there.
They trademarked the name Burger King. So you could probably Joe's Burger Joint, and you'd be perfectly fine. If they're trademarking the word React, it means you can't even have the name burger in the name of your business. So you'd have to be like, Joe's Sandwich Shop. And then you walk in, you're like, well, what kind of a restaurant is this? Oh, we sell burgers. Well, why don't you have burgers in the name of your business? Well, because I can't use it because Burger King trademarked the word burger itself, and now I can't have it in the
my God. Burger overload. We're going to die.
name of my business. That's the difference here. If they had, Fine Brothers React or React World was this word they were trying to trademark, it would be a very different situation.
Say burger again. I dare ya.
They're trying to just trademark the word React, the word burger. And that's why their analogy doesn't hold up. It's actually a very incorrect analogy. And ultimately, when you watch this update/apology video, it comes off insincere, and it almost comes off like these two Fine Brothers guys are talking down to the viewers saying, we're sorry that you're not smart enough to understand what we're really trying to do.
Yeah.
Really just believe that we're really not trying to do bad things. And it just comes off as totally fake, and they look like two jackasses in my opinion. So, as you can see, the trend continues. I've only been filming...
I love this.
In my opinion. So, as you can see, the trend continues.
The trend continues.
Only been filming for about 20 minutes, and you can already see from the start to the end of this video how many people have unsubscribed, and it's just going to continue to go virally. Who knows what's going to happen, but if
This was dumb, by the way. He's dumb for that. This is dumb, and the Fine Brothers, everyone roasted him back then, and it was very true that it was dumb. But I just checked, and Fine Brothers are doing okay. They have 20 million subscribers right now, and every video they drop gets hundreds of thousands of views, as you might expect. They had a bit of a problem, but they fought through it, and they're doing fine. But that was dumb, what they did. Anyways. Oh, did they get ousted from their own company? Ooh, Strider. I don't know. It's now called React, so... I mean, if they used to own it, they had to get paid for getting out of there, right? I mean, you'd think. But anyways, I don't know the deal. I'm not going into Fine Brothers drama here. But anyways, Candy Moon in the house says, big ups to ALT in chat. Keep up the meaningful content. It's been getting me through my work days. Legend, Candy Moon. Keep working hard. Get your ass out there and fucking work. As DSP would say. I wouldn't say that. Big ups Hollowed. Hollowed says, hey, my grandma passed yesterday. I just want to say thanks for keeping me sane and laughing through it. My friend, that's a tough situation. And nothing I can say to make you feel any better, but I always think about it like this. As long as you remember them, remember grandma, not all the way gone. You know what I mean? And that's how I think about it. But I know nothing, none of my words can help make you feel any better. But I wish you the best, sir. I wish you the best. Let's move forward positively here. So, let's go to the next one, which is Ask the King. Another one. This is another. I think this is the year of thinking we want to open something up. I don't know. Here we go.
no.
We really in the mind. I think maybe when he moved, we had the mind of like we're going to open something up once we get to Seattle and our business keeps going up because we're again talking about opening a shop here. I think
screwed up the pages here. This is correct. The final part of his question is, I also wonder if you've ever done any voice acting or acting at all in a capacity other than just for yourself for YouTube.
Okay.
So first off,
ooh,
ambitions of, what to do with the business and everything. Listen, I'll be honest once again. I'm an honest guy. Years ago, once again, when I was at the height of my YouTube popularity, so this would be 2011 to 2012, so those 2 years, when everything was great, everything I did got ridiculous amounts of views, and I was making, I'll be honest, lots of money, okay?
Yes,
during that period of time, that's why I didn't have a Patreon or anything back then. I would have felt morally so bad to be accepting donations and money when I was making a ridiculous amount of money to the point where, like, I had paid off all my debt. I was able, remember, that was the time period where I was flying everywhere, traveling to conventions, and by the way, I always paid for all of that. I'd like to make that clear.
Philip, Real cool guy here, huh? Let's see, 2016. Let me check. I want to check out. I want to check out the timeline real quick because was this around a time a certain Pay Me Tons video came out, Philip? I sure hope not. I got that on the timeline. Let me check it. All right, so here's the timeline. Let's see. So when did the Pay Me Tons come out? We are speaking now. Oh, where's my pointer? You guys love the pointer. Where is it? How did I lose my pointer? Oh my god. Pissed off. God damn it, I lost my pointer. Alright, I'll use something else. Here, what's this? That's not going to work. Oh, here we go. Found it. Whew, found it. Okay. Here's my pointer. So this is, Thanksgiving 2015. They dropped the video here. Right here. And this video we're watching right now came out 1 year later. So Thanksgiving of 2016. So right about here. So we're 1 year removed from they make their video. Now, when did Pay Me Tons come out, though, exactly? I'm not sure exactly of that date. I know I can find it. Pay Me Tons video might have been around there, but Philip wanted us to know for sure that he paid for all that stuff, guys. Don't question that.
Money to the point where, like, I was to be accepting donations and money when I was making a ridiculous amount of money to the point where, like, I had paid off all my...
Okay, I'm not a feet guy, but that just looks wrong. Says Scrotus Tickler. I'm not sure I believe you, Scrotus Tickler.
debt. I was able to remember that was the time period where I was flying everywhere, traveling to conventions. And by the way, I always paid for all of that. I'd like to make that clear. Whenever we went to a convention or whatever, I paid for everyone's airfare. I paid for all the hotels. I paid for everyone's meals. That was all me because that was based off of the ridiculous amount of money that I was making on YouTube at the time. All right.
Okay.
During that period of time, I
cool
actually considered opening an office. What I wanted to do, I wanted to get a brick-and-mortar office where I could actually have a filming area that could be considered like a studio, a room with a green screen, but also other areas and sections that I could film different kinds of things for projects. And I wanted to do creative projects. I wanted to do vlogging. I wanted to do, comedy series and skits, but also I wanted to keep doing the YouTube stuff. Basically, what I wanted to try to do was separate my work from my home. I wanted to have it two separate places. Now, this would benefit me two different ways. Number one, huge tax benefits when you actually have a brick-and-mortar place. Any expenses that would have been with that brick-and-mortar place would have been tax write-offs. I would have been able to claim it differently as different kinds of income on my taxes and stuff. Would have been a lot.
Well, this guy's a tax expert, so you want to listen up to this.
Different, all right? That's number one. Number two, by separating the work and life, it would have had a work-life balance where, I would feel like when I go into work, here's my creative ideas and everything. But then
those creative ideas.
Be able to come home and relax and separate myself from the business, all right? Now, what happened with that? Well, here's what happened. Two things. Number one, I got hit with an insanely huge tax bill that year when I made my most money ever on YouTube because the state of Connecticut where I was...
You should know about, taxes aren't a surprise thing,
living is one of the highest tax states in the entire country. For fucking what? I have no idea, because it's certainly not like there's so much great stuff in Connecticut that was around me that I was benefiting so much that I wanted to stay there and pay these absolutely astronomical, out-of-control, stupid fucking high taxes. Okay. So...
surprise taxes, obviously.
I determined, why the hell would I open an office or a studio in Connecticut and end up paying ridiculously high taxes on it, right? When
I thought you said it was a tax write-off.
And I could easily move to another state that would be more viable. A state that has either no state income tax or low state income tax that has business-friendly taxes, okay?
Okay, yeah. Well, Connecticut definitely has business-friendly taxes, especially if you don't pay them.
Number two.
That makes them really tax-friendly. Pretty cool.
If you remember what happened that was the time when the YouTube ad revenue bubble burst. At that point, ad revenue on YouTube was insanely high. I mean, we're talking ridiculously high CPMs and stuff. People were making insane amounts of money on videos. It burst in 2012, and it went like, boo! And Machinima, who's the partner company that I was with at the time, said, holy shit, we made contracts with these people. Like, they had actually given me a contract in early 2012 that actually had a bonus structure based off of how many views you got on your channel. And if you got a certain amount of views, you made bonus money and stuff like that, okay? They couldn't even afford to pay it, because they were like, oh shit, we're not making any ad revenue like we used to because the bubble burst on YouTube, and we're screwed now. What are we going to do? So they had to renegotiate everyone's contract. That was the first renegotiation of any contract I had ever had at late 2012.
And there was another one as well.
And when that happened, basically I was like, well, shit, maybe now I should wait, because now who knows? You know, I was making a lot of money. Thank God I didn't run out and get an office and have all these added expenses when... who knows what's going to happen with the YouTube revenue. And then what ended up happening is YouTube revenue has been on a steady fucking decline ever since. And, you know, for me, if I was still making the crazy amount of money that I made that 1 year, I would have moved out of Connecticut faster. I would have gotten a studio. I would have hired a staff. And what I would have had people do is come, and we would have all these group projects, filmographers or whatever, and we would have been all based around Dark Side Phil. Dark Side Phil comedy content, Dark Side Phil skits, Dark Side Phil, you know, travel.
Can you imagine? Don't you kind of want to see that timeline? I kind of want to see this timeline. He would have been like the guy with the glasses, making films, Asia. It would have been pretty cool.
Vlogs, but also highly edited stuff, you know, highly edited reviews, highly edited montages. This was the thing. People say, oh, why don't you edit your stuff? Well, guess what? I would. That's kind of where I was going years ago. I had this idea to do this stuff.
That guy with the gout.
It kind of just all went by the wayside when the YouTube...
That guy with the gout. That would have been pretty cool. Channel Wow, dude. Channel Wow, dude. That'd be awesome. Act top the fourth wall. These are working out for me. DSP action figures. Too cowardly. Now we got to make it happen. Fuck, man. I wish we had Saturday Night Live budget. We could do a lot of funny skits like that. Like, just do those movies, but just do it in DSP universe. That'd be amazingly funny if we did Kick-Ass, just DSP universe. Like, just new coat of paint on it, but it's all DSP universe.
Ad revenue crapped out, and all of a sudden I wasn't making so much money anymore. I'm like, well, I guess I can't really do all that stuff that I had ambition to do.
Toe Walker.
So there were a lot of plans.
Starring Toe Walker. Oh, God. Starring Toe Walker.
In the past. And sadly, what ended up happening was because the revenue went... I said, well, before things get even worse, if I'm ever going to get out of Connecticut, this shitty fucking condo...
we got the point. We don't need to hear about bitching. Okay, so he said he wanted a brick-and-mortar thing in that case. Not a restaurant, but he wanted a brick-and-mortar studio. Little does he know that would take incredible amount of work and money. Never would do that. Uh-oh, post is unavailable, but DSP did respond with, when I opened my own Italian restaurant, of course. So this could be tongue-in-cheek, of course. We don't know, but there we go. It said, when I opened my own Italian restaurant. Okay, so the restaurant's on the mind here. 2018. Just read the new Twitch community guidelines. X to gown on that one. And all I have to say is, if they actually enforce them, goodbye to trash content. Like people who just say ridiculous stuff for attention. And or all titty streamers. Sorry, you cannot wear that shit in a restaurant. Ooh, yeah. Philip, laying down the law. And as you know, 2018 was the end of all titty streamers. The great tit apocalypse. A sad day for the bros on that day, right? Titty streamers died that day, and they never come back. As much as this sounds nice, YouTube should have enforced this years ago, and too, instead of killing off small channels that had a partnership. If only cutting okay. Come on, what does Twitch have against boobs and offensive jokes? I think the new guidelines will be a good thing for genuine streamers, but Twitch has got to enforce it properly. I don't remember these guidelines here, but I don't know. Their new websites popped up for them to make it happen anyway, you know what I mean? I don't know what they are, but they do exist. Mr. Extravagant in the house is big ups. Everybody spread peace and love today. That's a good idea. Peace and love. Peace and love. I'm coming at you with peace and love. Nothing else will be signed. Anyone get that reference? I come at you with peace and love, but nothing else will be signed. I have too much to do, so all fan mail will be returned. Peace and love. Peace and love. Ringo Starr is correct. Yeah, Ringo Starr. NW News got it. Ringo Starr, quote. Chairman of the board says, DSP wanting to buy an office feels like he was just following the business plan of AVGN and Nostalgia Critic again. He's never beating the copycat tag. And that's a good point, actually, because they actually did have studios because they did have content that needed it, right? But DSP didn't, but he wants to be like them because people in general like them, you know? Well, at the time, especially, they were well more liked than they are now. But they're still both going strong and not begging for money and getting 100,000 views a video, so... He wanted to be like them. And he still wishes he was like them. Absolutely. NW News says, Escape Connecticut. That would work too. Okay. Escape Connecticut. I'm down. No. ALT does not know John because he was John Lennon with Yoko. That's not true. Chu is not Yoko. She's not trying to break up the group. Burdock Root Farmer says, big ups Aussie-style fans since the Egyptian era. Big ups. That's a long time. That's a long time. Burdock Root Farmer, big up. Sorry, here we go. We're in March 11, 2018 now.
I don't know. YOLO Dopper chewed again. He says, Phil, if YouTube had to hire people to review each video uploaded, then it would have to hire more than 30,000 workers. And that's like millions of more dollars of overhead. It's not possible. Oh, it is possible. YOLO Dopper, it absolutely is possible. I made this analogy before. I'm going to make it again. If you open a restaurant and you do not do due diligence when you open the restaurant, you don't research what the
What?
I made this analogy before. I'm going to make it again.
Here we go.
If you open a restaurant and you do not do due diligence when you open the restaurant, you don't research what the health code is, you don't research what the criteria are to operate a restaurant, like zoning and coding and everything. You just open this restaurant.
Zoning and coding.
And the restaurant immediately becomes white hot popular because everything tastes amazing and people come in and give it rave reviews and everyone's raving and talking about your restaurant, okay? And you have so many customers, you can't even deal with the fact that you have so many customers lined up around the block that constantly come into your restaurant and you're making money. Hand over fist, it's just amazing. It's the best thing ever. It's the bee's knees. If it helps,
it's the bee's knees. That's a very aged reference there, Philip. It's the bee's knees. What the fuck is that? That's like the 50s, isn't it? It's the bee's knees.
Health inspector walks into your restaurant and says, wait a minute. I'm looking at your restaurant. You're not abiding by the health code. Your staff is not wearing the proper protective stuff to make sure that there's not contamination. I walked into your fridge. Gordon Ramsay walks into the restaurant, opens the fridge. Oh, dreadful. You donkey. There's cross-contamination all over your fridge. Everyone's going to get sick. I'm shutting it down. Okay?
Yeah, so literally, listen, I just searched it. The bee's knees is a slang. It became popular in the United States during the 1920s. And there was other expressions during this time. Nerd Brew just said it. The cat's pajamas and the cat's meow. All of those were popular in the 1920s. But it did come back into prominence thanks to The Simpsons, who used that, the old guy in that show, Grandpa, used it in there to be a grandpa. So Philip is now doing that. The Simpsons used it to show, hey, this guy's old. And now Philip is using that to be cool in 2018. The bee's knees. Cool.
Restaurant opens the fridge. Oh, dreadful. You donkey. There's cross-contamination all over your fridge. Everyone's going to get sick. I'm shutting it down. Okay? Guess what? The restaurant would have to shut down and abide by the laws of the land and the health code. All right? It's that simple. They would have to. For some reason, YouTube decided, well, let me put it this way. Google decided they were going to buy out YouTube. All right? And they would. They bought out YouTube. Yeah. They created a monster. They made a website that became virally popular. Everyone started constantly uploading ridiculous amounts of content. And they had no actual plan to make sure the website abided by any laws. Copyright, defamation, slander.
All right, we got the restaurant reference out of here. I don't need to hear about how, YouTube shit the bed 1,000 times. Bit of Burdock Root Farmer. Big ups, I should say. What do I got here? Oh, you got the jury shoes. That's the thing at top of my OBS, so that's the winner. Everyone likes this, though, Burdock Root Farmer, so thank you for that, Burdock Root Farmer. You're a legend. All right, let's go. Player Unknown's Battleground style.
So what a waste of time that was. Here we go. Wow, great game. Great fucking game. Here we go. Wow, great game. Great fucking game. What a great game.
What a great game. Oh, God. Okay. I thought that was the skin for a minute.
Seeing the cat. Just did a 100-bit cheer. It says, is there any fast food on the level of Duchess in Washington? No. And that's the sad fact. Out here, we really only have, like, main chains. So, Burger King, McDonald's, Wendy's, Taco Bell, Arby's, Dairy Queen, Jack in the Box. Those are the main ones. Then you've got, like, sandwich shops like Jersey Mike's, Potbelly, Jimmy John's, Subway. And then you've got, like, the step up. So, for example, Five Guys and Habit Burger, which in my opinion, both Five Guys...
Who says that, like, Five Guys? Dude, how does he know this? He's rattling off this fucking list.
For example, Five Guys and Habit Burger, which in my opinion, both Five Guys and Habit Burger are better than what Duchess was. Duchess was kind of like in the middle. It was always better than the local fast food chains in Connecticut, but it wasn't like gourmet. You know what I mean? We don't have anything like that out here. We don't have like a good place you can go and get a variety of food or nothing like that. It sucks, because I really did like Duchess. I miss it.
God, yeah, he doesn't eat fast food too
I miss
much.
it.
Definitely.
Mr. Swag is cheery. He said, my dad's cousin is in the Air Force, and when we went to visit him in Chicago, he took us to one of those small Cessna planes. Such an amazing experience. Have you ever wanted to do something like that? Not really. Quite frankly, not really. I don't really care about, I honestly am not big into, like, aeronautics, which is weird because I worked for a helicopter company for 5 years.
Damn it.
And I was actually offered once that we go up in a helicopter. I told them, fuck no, keep me out of that thing. I don't want to be in that death trap.
Wow. Really fun.
Looks like we just got a big cheer in, but it aired out.
Really fun life. He was working for a helicopter company. He said, hey, you want to go up in a helicopter? Fuck that. What are you, nuts? Cool. Very fun. Big ups, Burdock Root Farmer. Good luck on this pool, brother. Let's get the 6-star Hogan. We need it. BR Joe in the house says, shoes on jury, we riot. That's just how we roll. I'm not trying to get the goon here. We got to keep the gooning to a minimum. We keep the shoes on. That's how we roll here. Someone had a suggestion that if we clear out this Sajak questions, do I take them off then? Now that's an interesting proposition because some of these are very hard, and some of these are probably impossible, right? So should I allow that? Should I offer this great prize for all of us? We can earn. We can all earn. Maybe so. Okay, moving forward positively. March 24th, 2018.
Shout out to those who did cheer, sub, or tip when I was not here yesterday on my day off, including Infinite 55. The GOAT Lucas, who said, hey man, is it hard for someone who is self-employed to get a mortgage in the USA? Yup. It is very difficult. I can attest to that. It was very tough for me to get the mortgage for this home I live in because being a YouTuber, they're like, oh, that's not verifiable income. And I'm like, well, yes, it is. Here's years of history of me receiving this income from YouTube. Here's years of history of the contracts that I've had with Machinima and, YouTube and the like, making ad revenue.
What would that matter? Here's my old contract with Machinima. They restructured this, though, but it's my old contract. So I did have a contract once. Oh, so you still have this contract? Oh, no. It's been restructured to be lower, but I did have a contract once. Oh, okay. Cool.
Even then, banks are very like, well, still, this is all digital. This is, I don't know. Banks, for some reason.
No, they would never say this is all digital. This is all digital.
Well, still, this is all digital. This is, I don't know. Banks, for some reason.
Yeah, that's what the banks say. This is all digital. Where's your piles of paper money? They definitely ask for that.
Still to this day, are looking for, like, do you work at a brick-and-mortar building? Are you on salary, or are you an hourly employee? Can you show us a standard W-2 proving your...
Don't you see why banks would like that?
Your income. If you don't have that, banks are very skeptical these days to lend. Yes, because they see this high risk factor, especially if you're on the internet like me. Oh my God, at any time, YouTube could just shut down, or YouTube could kick you off the website and you have no income, and then how are you going to pay this mortgage? And that's kind of how they approach it. No lie, I had to go to 3 different banks to finally find one who would give me a mortgage to buy this house.
That's probably has to do with your credit score and down payment amount. I wonder what both of those are at this time, but you know, yeah, but it's definitely a high risk factor.
It was tough. It was really tough. So yeah, if you're self-employed, it's a lot tougher. Tana Mounter did a 50-bit cheer. Be My Eyes subbed for the second month in a row and said for 2 months and many more to come. Thanks for all the laughs, Phil. And Aussie Sly Adam also cheered. So thanks to you guys. Really, thank you for the support. Well, I was not here yesterday. It's much appreciated. Now,
Damn, he used to get tips on the day off. Remember those days? People just giving tips during the day off for the hell of it. Hey, Phil, day off. Here's some money anyway. Those were the days, huh, Philip?
much as possible, because guess what? That's my livelihood. That'd be like saying, well, things are going wrong. Are you just going to stop working now? Yeah, because when you don't have enough money to pay stuff, if you stop working, it fixes it. Huh? His next question is, if you had the option of obtaining a stable job that would support you, would you take it but still continue to do YouTube and Twitch as a hobby for side revenue, or would you rather continue to do this full-time and constantly struggle to make ends meet?
Oh, that's a LARP question. God damn. Out of nowhere. Logan K in the house says, it turns out the lenders were very justified in being skeptical of DSP. This was proven true by the bankruptcy. He is never good for his money. Yeah, so all those things that the bank was skeptical about, they were right to be skeptical about that. You know what I mean? Garism, if you're just joining, rewind the stream. We did watch it, okay? So I'm not going to play it again, but rewind it and you'll see it. It's also on my Twitter. If you follow me on Twitter, I put the video there. Big up Some Gator says, no variety out there. Riddles off various cultures' foods to Triple P. I call him Triple P. That convo, according to Phil, is Hawaiian equals Asian food. He knows his food. That's one thing we can't question, Some Gator, is he knows his fast food around him. He fucking knows it. Ascension in the house says he would never get into a thing he helped repair. I know, yeah, well, remember, when he says helped repair, I think what he means by that is he would be the guy telling people where to go to get that fixed. According to his own words, right? You know, like, he wasn't the one putting the new blades on any of that stuff. He was the guy saying, here's where you go to get the new blades. Anything else, sir? That kind of thing. He's not, his hands are never covered in oil, let's say. He's in the office. Like I said, you know, making sure, checking the water, the quality of the water in the toilets and stuff. I'm sure that's what he was doing, actually. Bill, we got a great project for you. It's going to take it out. It's going to take all year. Here's what you do. Check the pH of the water in all the water fountains. It's very important. Go to all the water fountains around this building, okay? It's going to take you a year. Now come back when you're done and give us a report. And he did that for a whole year, and he came back and was like, well, actually, we're going to let you go now. We can't find any more bullshit. We can't justify this bullshit job for you anymore, so we got to let you go. There's also a class you can take. It's for the ACE certification. Your dad's hosting it. He said you could just sit in this room and read a book for an hour, and then you'll get that, okay? So if you want to do that, that's fine, too. The Pasta Maker says, glad he had faith in his product. Good employee. I know, right? If you work, I mean, I'm not saying I'm, like, dying to go in a helicopter, but I would try it because, you know, why wouldn't you try it? Especially if you work for one. Wandering Monk says, ALT needs a 220 hat. Oh, that's a good idea. I think I do have, I got to go to the P.O. box. Big ups to the person that sent something to the P.O. box. I will check it tomorrow before that being said. So I might have a new hat tomorrow, but we'll find out tomorrow. Dominic in the house says, pickups on the lore style streams. Can I get a I'm tired of it for old time's sake? All right, I promise I'll do it, Dominic, but I got to wait for a good reason, okay? I'll give it to you at a good reason.
Twitch is a hobby for side revenue, or would you rather continue to do this full-time and constantly struggle to make ends meet? It depends, because here's the thing. You say, getting a stable job that could support you. Any stable job would support me, but no stable job would make as much money as I do on stream. And that's just me being honest. Being on stream here is more profitable than having a 9-to-5 job, period. At least from entry level. Sure, if I'd been in the job market for the last 10 years and I was entering at a management position or something, then perhaps getting a job and jumping in like this would have made as much money as streaming. But no, there's no way that me just going out there to the job market and getting...
He's saying which is true, by the way, he's making it more than like management level positions here. But remember, he's still begging for money insanely in this year, 2019. This is when he goes bankrupt, I believe.
Getting a 9-to-5 office job is going to pay as much money
or the next
as
year.
What I do here on stream. Therefore, there's no point. You see what I mean? I would actually be like, Phil, why don't you just do that? Because it would actually hurt me. Actually, stopping doing this full time to go get another job would make less money. So it would actually put me in a worse financial position. Why the hell would I do that?
Yeah, I'd rather just keep begging you guys.
And then the third question, if you couldn't do this full time and you had a choice for an alternate career, what would it be? I have no idea. Because every job I've ever been in never really amounted to anything. You know, I've been in the fast food industry, and I've been in the service job industry. I've been in the retail industry. I've worked at a 9-to-5 office job in customer support and also continuous improvement. And every single one of those jobs were completely fruitless. And even though I busted my ass at them and really felt that, you know, I worked my butt off and earned respect and credit. In fact, at my office job, I received commendations and awards for going above and beyond. I still got laid off. So it seems to me there is no job market in America that's stable where you're guaranteed like a piece of mind or job security. It doesn't exist. It literally does not exist. The only people who can feel job secure are people who like are 100% required in order for something to happen. Like, for example, doctors. Most doctors are probably job secure once you have an established practice because people are always going to need health care. You know what I mean?
All right, so the only stable jobs in America are doctors. Any other example?
But for someone like me, there's no job I'm ever going to jump into in my life that's going to have job security. You know what I mean? So if I weren't doing this, what would I do? I have no idea. Like I said, the one thing that I always imagined I would like to do is open a restaurant and have it have like recipes for my family, like my own Italian sauce, and we can make our own recipe of pizza. And we can do all this cool.
The sauce. He wants to sell the sauce. He thought it was good enough for mass production. Oh my God.
Like my own Italian sauce, and we can make our own recipe of pizza.
Yeah.
And we can do all this cool Italian style stuff, but I'll never make my own recipe of pizza. And we can do all this cool Italian style stuff, but I'll never be able to do that now. You know what I mean? Like, unless I win the lotto, I would never be able to have enough money to open up a restaurant. And restaurants.
Really good way to go through life, everybody, is just waiting for you to win the lottery. That's really the best way. Dave Sugar Shack. Dave Sugar Shack.
I mean, like, unless I win the lotto, I would never be able to have enough money to open up a restaurant. And restaurants actually are some of the most risky and most failed ventures ever in business. Restaurants can open and close and on a whim. In fact, in the last 2 years here in Washington State, I've seen like sandwich shop open, close within a year. There was another one. There was a Chinese restaurant open, close within a year. It's fickle. It's a very fickle place.
It's a very fickle place.
And even though I think I would love doing it, it would be very hard to be successful. You know what I mean? So,
it's a very fickle place.
I'm probably going to be doing this for much more longer time. All right. So before we get into the forum questions, Pidaris did a 201-bit cheer.
Let's hear
which seems to be a silly question, but I'm going to entertain it for the show
please.
anyway.
Yeah, please.
All right, I'm going to entertain it. Let me get
looking for
Pidaris up here on
entertainment.
the
Go ahead.
leaderboard.
Go ahead. What's this?
Because he did do the top cheer. He says, if you're in a dire need of money, why would you take a day off? Shoots could be longer to make extra cash. What's more important, keeping the house or spending time with someone who loves you no matter what? Actually, this is such nonsense. This literally shows that you know absolutely nothing about live streaming. You know nothing about content creation. All right. And sadly, you know nothing about, like, reality. I'm sorry to say that, and I'm not trying to insult you, but I already stream 6 days a week.
Yeah.
And if you actually look at the time I start streaming, which is 10:15 in the morning, to the time that I end streaming, which most of the time is around between 9 to 10 at night, with maybe 1 or 2 hours of break. So I'm streaming roughly 10 hours a day on average.
Now, in 2019, he was streaming more for sure, but 10 hours a day, and you count the breaks? That's what it just sounded like. You don't count the breaks.
In the morning, to the time that I end. And if you actually look at the time I start streaming, which is 10:15 in the morning.
10:15, let's go.
To the time that I end streaming, which most of the time is around between 9 to 10 at night, with maybe 1 or 2 hours of break. So I'm streaming roughly 10 hours a day on average. Some days I actually go longer than that. Out of that time frame of 10 hours, I'm talking for probably about 8 hours. Okay.
Are you playing a game? Because if the game is being played, there's very little talking.
You guys have heard my throat. It's not like I'm making it up. You've heard how messed up and gunked up it gets. You know that I have post-nasal drip. You know my throat swells up from the amount that I have to talk on stream.
Oh, I have not seen that. We'll probably watch it tomorrow, though. I know Pescatore has a new video, AI video. And I saw the thumbnail for it, but I didn't watch it yet.
I'm working to the limit of what my health will allow me to do. If I were to stream more, my throat would probably get so medically ill that I would need to have some procedures done or go to the hospital, because I can't keep overworking myself to the point where my health is now, I can't work anymore. Listen to my throat now, you can hear it, it's hoarse, because I was sick during the holiday season and I worked right after rather than taking time off to rest my throat. So here I am where I am, right? You know what I mean? In addition to that, why do I take a day off? Do you not understand that when you work 7 days a week with no break, that literally you burn out? Like, do you not have any understanding of how a job works or how life works? I guess not. And again, I'm not trying to insult you, but your question is just so ridiculously off base. I have to address it in a logical manner. If you
That's why you're taking so much time on this.
have zero time off from work, if your entirety of your life is work, you get burnt out, you hate what you do for a living, and basically it becomes toxic, right? That's not what I want.
Okay.
That's why during my time off, that's the one day a week I actually get to spend time with Kat. What kind of a relationship would I have if I never spend time with my significant other? What's the point of being in the relationship? Then that's not even a relationship. That's being a roommate, right? That's like...
Oh, well, the past speaking to the future right here. Remember, we're supposed to take a day off on Friday, spend time with my wife, but then that new game came out, so we're doing that instead? Huh.
The point of being in the relationship. Then that's not even a relationship. That's being a roommate, right?
Yeah.
That's like we're just sharing the same house and we never see each other or do anything together.
I wouldn't want to do that, right?
Your question is so ridiculously off base and just stupid. I'm sorry it is, that I can't believe you asked it. And you actually wanted me to publicly answer this on stream. Like, anyone who's mature and is an adult and lives real life would know this. So I don't know why the hell you asked me this question.
Okay. I don't know why you spent so much time answering it. Okay, there we go. That's because that's the classic, we've seen it before. When he really is hit hard by a question that he knows is a good question, but he doesn't have a good answer for it, he'll just try to explain it away as long as possible. And that question was a good question, so they're saying, oh, yeah, look at this, okay? This person's saying all this bullshit. Okay, yeah, why don't I work 20,000 years without taking a day off? Okay, that's fine. Like, I want to do that. Okay. That kind of stuff. Icky Rose says, I'm not getting on any helicopter that could have been in the presence of DSP. I think that means you have to avoid, like the Black Hawk. I can't remember the exact helicopters they had. But I think they had mostly war-style helicopters, didn't they? I thought. I'm not, don't take me on my word on that. But I know they definitely worked on the war-style Black Hawks and stuff. But maybe they did a lot. Yeah, see, they did a lot. I'm looking at the website now. They made a whole fuck ton. So, yeah, there's probably a lot that you should avoid. Yeah, see, these are the ones they made. This is just from Wikipedia. But here we go. These are some famous ones they made. Oh, who doesn't know the H-34 Choctaw? Canadian CH-124 King. Cool name. Tarhee, the Super Stallion. I know the cat jokes are going to be coming now. The Black Hawk. The Pavlo 3. Oh, I love 3. They lost their way in 2, but I love the 3. Honestly, that was their big upgrade. Super stout. Yeah, Lefty. We need to get Lefty on this one. He'll have a take on these. Anyways, let's go.
Okay. Judith Gamer cheered again. He says, if you were the boss of YouTube, what changes would you make? I've already answered this question many times before. It's very simple. The automation has to go. And I know you might say, well, you can't run YouTube without automation.
Yeah.
Well, too bad. They created the monster. They're the ones who allowed free and open access to their website to upload whatever the hell you want. And that's their fault. You can't just say, oh, it's not our fault that we're so popular. Yes, it is. It's like opening, made this comparison before.
Oh,
you open a restaurant. The restaurant becomes white hot popular. So instead of instituting standards and safety protocols, you just let as many people into your restaurant as possible.
Here we go again.
You go wall to wall, people trying to eat. Your food quality dips into the shitter. Everyone's eating and getting sick and everything. And then when the inspector comes, you say, oh, it's not our fault that we're this popular, right? No, that's not how real life works.
So the question was, what changes would you make, though? We're just bitching instead of saying what changes we would make, which is typical, but go ahead.
And yet YouTube gets away regularly with violating things like copyright law, with horrendous execution of things like content ID matching, demonetization of videos, and it's all because of bad algorithms that these guys wrote in a hasty way to try to fix the website with all the people using it. They need to hire humans. I hate to say it, Google.
They hired humans that wrote the algorithms that you claim they wrote in a hasty way.
The excuses are over. Google is rolling in fucking money and could afford to hire humans to work at these places. They just don't want to. It's not that, we can't do it. No, they just don't want to. They want to try to lower their bottom line as much as possible. Lower their operating costs while trying to rake in profits. In fact, recently it's actually come out. This is the truth, guys. You may not know this.
Go ahead.
It's been leaked that Google management is doing everything they can to stop their employees from organizing a union. Because apparently Google employees recently have felt like they're being mistreated, and they wanted to form a union against the management, and the management is trying to basically stop them to having these rights. That's awful. And what that tells me is that they don't see their employees as valuable people. They just see them as a number on a spreadsheet, which makes sense because guess what? That's how their whole fucking business is run, with automation and numbers in numbers in an algorithm, numbers on a spreadsheet, numbers in a results page. They don't actually care about the human side.
I'm convinced he doesn't know what algorithm is. Could we get that question asked somebody? Like, what is an algorithm? I really want to hear him try to explain that. I think he thinks it's like a computer program, honestly. Like, I really think he does. He just lumps it all together. Algorithms, software, programs, all this stuff. It's nonsense. Transistors, CPUs, GPUs, universal power supplies, all this stuff. I mean, Google just lost their way.
Of anything they do on YouTube. So it makes sense that they would treat their employees the same way. You know what I mean? So that being said, the first thing I would do is say enough of this corporate culture of bullshit, of a nonsense, of mistreating our people, of running our website like a robot. And it's time to go back to basics. Let's make YouTube a place where people can come and put up their content and feel like it's a place where if you don't have big production budget or value, that you can still showcase your talent. We're going to delete all the fucking algorithms that make these dumb fuck drama posters.
Okay.
And people who do stupid
algorithm then. Okay.
Rumor videos and prank videos and all this trash content. We're going to push that to the bottom of the fucking barrel where it belongs. And we're going to try to highlight actual people with talent.
My God. We got to let Philip create the algorithm. So the shit that people don't want to watch, push that to the top, which is not what an algorithm for YouTube would ever want to do. All right, the stuff that people are interested in, get that shit to the bottom. Fuck that. Give them real content, like me eating burgers. Oh, that'll be cool.
The thing is, that takes humans to look and judge and watch.
Oh, yes.
Not
yeah, fuck algorithms when you could have 1 million humans choosing what to do with videos. That'd be pretty cool. That's pretty cost effective too. Good point.
You know what I mean? Because when when you leave it to the masses to determine what's popular, I hate to say it, you get things like reality TV and awful pop music and all the shit that most of us don't really like, yet somehow there's massive amount of people who love that shit. All right? And that's what YouTube has become. Complete and utter dog shit. But it needs to end. So that's the first thing I would do. Change our corporate philosophy. We're not doing this shit anymore. It's obviously not working considering we've lost the vast majority of our advertisers, and the people who want to do YouTube for a living can't do it anymore because we lost so much goddamn money. Right. We're idiots. So let's just cut the bullshit and start over. Okay? It's that simple.
Well, yeah, that sounds pretty simple.
But they won't do that. I guarantee you they won't do that, okay?
I kind of want to stick with this. We're way off topic, but I kind of want to see what he's going to say here.
They're not. They're not going to do that. Instead, they're going to just keep writing more algorithms and trying to put Band-Aids on problems until finally someone else steps up and takes over, or until the whole website implodes on itself, which could happen. It could happen. Article 13 is right around the corner, and if that thing passes in its current form, forget it. The entire European Union is gone from YouTube. So good luck now surviving. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of things that could kill it. And it could definitely happen, man. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But that's at least what I would change. Okay.
More skies falling bullshit. Good point. All right. Good take there. Big ups XJS, who says idiot sandwich. Yeah, that one. That was like one of the most famous Ramsay ones. But that felt like such a bit to me. I had never liked Gordon Ramsay that much. I did like his show that he did while he was still in Europe, the UK show. That show was kind of cool. Like, it really showed restaurants, and he's not like trying to say everything sucks. Oh, it was a skit, Ikiro? Okay, see, I don't even know. But it seemed like a bit. And I didn't know it was a bit. I thought he was really trying to do that. It's like, oh, it's very bit-ish, but very bit-ish. But anyways. Big ups to Hoskew in the house, who says, you want me to eat at McDonald's one go early? What? Do you want the sun to rise early too? Do you want the sun to implode? No, it's your fault. Now it's your fault, if so. That's what DSP said yesterday. And I know he got wailed out by Iron Cuck yesterday. So Iron Cuck made sure the goals were hit yesterday. And if you saw my Twitter, his first message was, I thought Steve was doing a good job. Sorry about that, King. He literally said that on Twitter to Philip yesterday with his first message after dropping the 20 sub bomb, trying to buy back King's good graces. Daddy, please, I'm sorry. Sorry. Here it is right here. I'll show you. So you know I'm not making it up. I never do, but got to prove it anyway, right? I thought you would be compensated for the interview. That's why I dropped a big dono. Sorry, King. Imagine thinking you have to say that to anyone on the internet because you gave someone else on the internet money. It's wild. It is wild. It's a different universe of life to think you need to do that. Sorry. I donated to someone else. Sorry, King. Wild. Big ups Dissension. It says, don't forget his camera and RGB is AI powered, dude. Yeah, that's true. That is true, Dissension. He loves AI now because it helps him with his setup. And the green screen. AI algorithms. Definitely. Here we go.
DJ Dodgy has subscribed to the channel. Thank you very much.
I thought it might be DJ Runo. Here we go. May 31st, 2019.
Answered guaranteed on the show. And the first questions that we're answering today are from a longtime supporter and patron. All right?
There we go.
So without further ado, let's go ahead and let's do that. Let's answer the question from the patron who wanted to get his question answered.
Just do it!
So his name is Planet Jeff. You may recognize him. He's a longtime supporter and fan.
Uh-oh, you didn't get away with it, DJ Runo. Look at the top of the screen. Got ya. 4K.
Am I? And he asked a few things. Let's go ahead and go through them. He says, "Hey Phil, just wanted to hope that you would catch this question in time for tomorrow." He actually posted it up last night. "I've loved following you over the years and have always enjoyed your content. Your weird and quirky, humorous bend on games, calling out the craptastic, and praising the unsung worthy offerings. I know your choices are often limited, but they're way more than mine. It's also very cool that extreme financial distress notwithstanding, you found a job you truly love. It's so sad that many people can't say that because, flipping burgers, anyone, but it's awesome for you that you have. Now, again..."
Flipping burgers, anyone? Nice. I like how he reads it like how he would write it.
Many people can't say that because, flipping burgers, anyone, but it's awesome for you that you have.
Flipping burgers, anyone?
Now, again, taking money out of the picture because you wouldn't have to work for more than money. Can you think of any other job that you could have done for this long and also called it a job you would love doing, even if making money at it was just as hard? I joke that being an official game reviewer might be one, but I've heard you rant about that business model many a time. Over the years, there's different various things that I've wanted to do. When I was younger, I always dreamed I wanted to be a firefighter.
This is one of my strongest tenets. No kink shaming and no job shaming. I think that is one of the most fucked up things you can do. Honestly. Jobs are not something that you should ever make fun of someone for, unless it's your bro or whatever. It's like if it's your friend, it's different, right? But you should never make fun of anyone's job. I think that's an incredibly fucked up thing. That's
fighter or a police officer, and then I wanted to go to the army. And then as I grew up, I realized those things were incredibly dangerous and probably not things that I wanted to do. Then as I got older, I thought that maybe I would want to be a computer programmer and make computer programs and maybe eventually video games, and that fell through when the whole tech bubble burst in the early 2000s when I was actually going to school, university.
No, see, Jason Gates says, unless you're a degenerate peep show booth cleaner. Well, Well, maybe that's the. Maybe they have a passion for booth cleaning, Jason K. How do you know? And OnlyFans hate? I have no OnlyFans hate. I have no OnlyFans hate. I don't. I don't partake in OnlyFans, the website OnlyFans, but I don't have any OnlyFans hate.
For my degree, there was no jobs in that sector anymore. So that fell through. So then I went to school for business, and that really didn't amount to anything. Like, literally everything I tried to do just didn't pan out. Then later in life, when I actually started making money and stuff, I was like, man, so other things, maybe one day I would like to open my own business that's not an internet-based business, maybe a brick-and-mortar store of some sort. Ooh. But you think, what kind of a store would succeed that's not a franchise, right? So I thought maybe open up my own restaurant, an Italian restaurant or something like that. Of course, everyone knows restaurants are incredibly risky, right? I would say the only other thing outside of what I do now, because I love what I do for a living, no lie. The bottom line is I would love to do something creative. Maybe be a writer, director, I don't know. Like, I always thought about, man, I would like to do a cool, epic kind of a series, a television show that's kind of like an anime. Like a television show that has this really...
Oh, this is going to be good. Okay, so we've heard about what his game would be like. And by the way, if you haven't heard that, it's every single game possible mixed into one. So let's hear what kind of TV show he's going to make. This could be good. I have not heard this. It's going to be wild. It's going to be action, drama, rom-com, everything. Here we go. What's it going to be?
A television show that's kind of like an anime.
Okay.
Like a television show that has this really awesome branching, arcing plot line with multiple characters that's kind of like an anime series. I always
Get out of town. Lots of characters?
About that. And I always had a couple ideas in my head.
Okay, so I know what he's trying to say. I'm going to translate it. He wants to do a deep, long story with a lot of characters. I guess that's what he equates anime to being. There's definitely, I mean, there's many different things that do that. It's not just anime, but I really think that's what he believes is like, it has a long plot line, therefore anime. Like, it's not Friends, so therefore anime. I guess. Shout out Sister Anime, by the way.
And of course, I'm not going to talk about those ideas just in case, but... You know, there's a few ideas I had in my head for a cool story.
Oh, by the way, I do. You remember the game we kind of I invented kind of half? If he says One Piece, I have a laugh ready. I'm ready to do a laugh to guess the One Piece character. I'm waiting for it. But he has to say One Piece first. We got to wait for it.
Americanize the plot of an anime and almost turn it into a cool TV show or something. But I have no money. I have no directorial skills. This is never going to come to fruition. This is just a couple ideas of things that I had over the years that I thought might be fun to do. Project 7 ideas of things that I had over the years that I thought might be fun to do. Project 7 essentially was kind of like, with my limited resources and limited knowledge and limited talent, what I could probably do with that kind of a thing. And then that thing just fell apart, as you guys know. So at this point, what I do is what I do. I don't really ever foresee myself ever being able to do any of those other things that I kind of thought I might want to do in my life. That's just reality, so.
TV show would be anime style, in which it has many characters and branching story arcs. Very descriptive, very descriptive. Okay, 2020. Working our way through here. Uh-oh. You know this chair means we just had an emergency. My Twitch is unbanned, and I'm extremely angry. Oh, no. We're extremely angry. Uh-oh.
Not in a good mood. I'm angry at Phil. I'm just going to do it. Or, it's not just me. He can do this against anyone. And this is ludicrous that these companies are giving a troll power. Why would you give this troll power? Are you stupid? Are you ignorant? Because you can't do what they're doing. Seriously, they can't do it. You can't shut down someone's business with no justification of wrongdoing.
They did have justification of wrongdoing.
Been no evidence of wrongdoing because I did nothing wrong. You can't shut down my business for 7.5 hours. That would be like the health department coming in and taping your door up, and you're like, what? You didn't even come in my restaurant yet to see if there's a health code violation. Oh, well, you're closed for 8 hours. We'll figure it out later. You could sue them. You can't do that.
Okay, sue them then, please.
So this is not right. I'm sorry. This is not right, and I'm not going to stand for it. I hope Twitch is going to take this seriously, and I hope that they're going to help me with this, because I'm being very, very, very honest with all of you now.
Oh, please.
This situation is like...
That means listen up, though. It doesn't mean it's true. Just listen up.
This is the last straw for me. because this tells me that, you know, Twitter, fuck about Twitter. Twitter is a stupid little social media site, and you can easily make another account or whatever.
Yeah, fuck about Twitter.
I have a business
I've often said that
I've built here on Twitch for the past how many years? I have 90,000 followers. Excuse me, 80,000 followers,
Whoa.
I think. Is it 80? I don't even know how many it is. And I have emotes. I have paying customers who come in and subscribe.
I have emotes. You ever heard of that? Emotes. I have emotes. Tired of it.
And get stuff. And now everyone's negatively affected because their system's broken, right? I want restitution. I'm sorry. I want a resolution.
I want restitution. I demand restitution.
I want a promise that this isn't going to happen to me again. Because why do I want to stay here on Twitch if at any moment something's going to happen to me again? Because why do I want to stay here on Twitch if at any moment someone could just shut my shit down, right? At any moment someone could just impersonate and shut something down. The other thing is, they didn't even tell me what I did wrong. They didn't even send me a notice. This is what you did wrong. This is what you claimed.
Is this,
what?
Is this hateful slurs or Phil's word? I'm not sure which one it is. Do you guys know? Anyone know? It's since 2019. So it was only 7 hours. So this is the hateful slurs. Okay, hateful slurs. Big ups, everybody. So yeah, they definitely had reason to ban him then. Oh, okay. So this is the time they definitely had a real reason. Not like the time he accidentally said the Philza, whatever.
Issue a false DMCA, or excuse me, issue a counter DMCA takedown, but we're not going to tell you what got taken down. What?
Take it down!
Like, how are you going to tell me this process is not broken? Right? How are you going to tell me this process is not broken? So I'm going to do some shout-outs because you guys are contributing right now, and I appreciate that. All right? And then we're going to look live at my channel. I'm going to go through my Twitch channel and try to figure out if there's even anywhere in the channel where you can look and figure out what exactly was stricken, because I don't think there is.
What was stricken?
I think this is a messed up system. Okay? All right.
Dr. Detractor in the house says, wasn't this the Crash Bandicoot copyright scam takedown? Ooh, now you're making me think, Dr. Detractor. And you are a doctor, so I would definitely take your opinion to heart. I think you might be right on that. Was this the Super Cuck? Joe Dub is saying Super Cuck. Well, we'll have to analyze this a different day. I'm not sure exactly which one this was. It was only 8 hours, so I don't think it was the hateful slurs now that I think about it, because that was longer. Wasn't it? Anyways, let's see.
Badges people get for subbing.
Okay, yeah. Oh, let's get to where he writes the email. We got to get to where he writes the email. Here we go. We're gonna.
So I'm gonna tweet this out too.
Oh yeah, please tweet it out.
So it appears that the crown badges people get for subbing to my channel may have been what was DMCA claimed. The badges made by my moderator, my longtime moderator.
Oh yeah, add that. It's more descriptive.
Which are 100% our property. This is ludicrous.
Oh, shout outs to Mr. Oh no, it's ended. What? It gets cut. That was it. That's how the video ended. The battery ran out.
100% our property. This is ludicrous.
That's how it ends. Oh, there we go. That's how it ends. Nice. All right. Well, we don't get to hear the rest of that amazing tweet. Son of a bitch. Some Gator says his facial pudge mounds are haunting. They're almost independent entities. And he needs to pet them every once in a while, as you saw. They need to be satisfied with some physical touch every once in a while, it appears. They don't get touched every 5 minutes. They start getting angry. Big up Some Gator. Let's go.
Because soap lands are dodging the laws by registering themselves as public bathhouses. My friends, this is what we call a gray zone.
Ooh, soap land, you say?
Dark stains on Japan, but that's the thing. They're not. Let's say, for example, all right, this is hypothetical because this is America.
Here we go. Okay. Philip's take on soaplands in Japan. This is the take we needed today. All right, come on, Philip. Let's go. Hit us with it. Come on.
I register my business as a a hobby shop, and I claim that in the hobby shop I sell toys, models, collectible cards. But come to find out, I actually sell guns out of the back. Right?
Yeah.
The police will come investigate, or an inspector will come investigate, find that, and I'll either go to jail and the business will be shut, or I'll receive giant fines. That's how it works in the United States. This guy is not even hiding. You see what I'm saying? Like, even if he registered as a bathhouse, it's obvious this isn't a bathhouse. It's obvious this is a whorehouse because of the way he's presenting the business. You walk inside, you got pictures of fucking girls everywhere. How is this allowed in Japan? I understand. Okay, well, he registered as a bathhouse, so therefore it's legal. All you have to do is walk in the door and you know it's not. Any cop who walks inside would know.
That's not true, though. Okay, not to get into the soapland lore. I've never been to a soapland, by the way, but I do know how they operate. I do know very well how they operate. I know the ins and outs of those things. But yes, prostitution is illegal in Japan, and soap lands do exist in Japan. So Jet Maximus is asking, what Maximum 90 is saying, what is a soap land? So soap land is a place where on the outside they'll have pictures of hot girls, and you go in there, and there'll be a little bar area, there'll be some couches, and then you can go into an area where there's a shower, a bed, all different setups, right? There's just different kind of rooms, right? Different kind of rooms to go in. Now, what they do is they advertise massages, right? So what you can do there is they take you in the back. You're allowed to have massage parlors anywhere, right? So you go there, you get a massage, but there's always, you could go to the next level, right? Inside, behind closed doors, right? You know what I mean? And also, now there's a loophole in the law, and I did look it up to make sure I got this right. Now, prostitution is, the part that's illegal in Japan is the intercourse with an unspecified person for compensation. Okay? Now, how do they get around that? Well, what they do is you meet the girl, you talk to the girl first, you spend time with the person first. Now it's not an unspecified person anymore because you've created a relationship with them. Now, this is all gray area bullshit, right? This is all gray area, and it's definitely still illegal, but that's how they operate, right? And also, they are taxed to shit, and, you know, they're taxed to fuck, and they pay their taxes well, and they support a lot to the fucking economy, so the government has a reason to keep them alive, you know, as well. So that's probably why they do. But that's how they still exist in the bathhouse. I've never been to one, and I've not been to a BJ pub either. Don't fall for that. Chu said, like, I should go to one or something. The highest I ever went to was, like, the highest level I went to was like, all you do is like make out with them. And I was a very single and young person. I thought it would be a good idea. And I did it one time. Not fun. No, it was fun. But I was very young and stupid and drunk. And also all you can eat, by the way. All you can drink, by the way. So that's what I was taking advantage of. I didn't do anything else.
Know that it's not what it says, and therefore slap it with a fine or shut it down, right? Right? Am I wrong?
Oh, no. Make out is also, everything above the belt is allowed too, by the way. So I took advantage of that, but that was it. Very normal. And that's legal, by the way. Very legal. Police could be right next to me. They'd be fine.
So how is this allowed in Japan? I am so confused as how this is allowed. I just don't understand it. How does the law, does anyone know how the law operates differently in Japan, that they get away with this just because they register? If I register as a Subway sandwich shop, but I hand you crack cocaine over the counter, do you get away with it in Japan because you registered as the sandwich shop? Like, how the fuck did they get away with this?
Well, I already explained that.
I don't get it.
I already explained that.
I'm so confused. I really am. One person said in Japan they don't like confrontation.
That has nothing to do with it.
Some people say you're getting facts from a video game, but isn't this supposed to be representative of real life? Right? I'm not saying it's 100% accurate, but
yeah,
obviously
they go down the street beating the shit out of everyone. No one cares. That always happens.
These businesses must exist. They didn't make this up for the game, right? So I don't understand this.
Yes, you can go down the street dressed as a football player and tackle people. It happens all the time. It's really weird in Japan. No, but this statement here is true, though. It is a gray zone. Everyone knows it. I mean, it's just like one of those things. Like in big cities, they exist, and everyone knows it, and they're there. And they're always in a very specific area of the town, by the way, because they're zoned in like, keep all this shit in one area, right? It's not like you can have a soap land wherever the fuck you want. It's like, this is the soap land street. You know what I mean? But anyways.
No one really seems to know either. I don't know. It's a culture thing. It just doesn't make any sense.
This is after Cat. Much after Cat, Darius.
Anyway, let's see here. So Suicide Waffles, cheers to keep your pimp hand strong. Don't forget to get free puff puffs. No, that's not gonna happen.
Ooh, free puff
Gene
puffs.
Star Room cheered and said, just be like in King of the Hill where they buy toys for $700 and get a free gun as a promotional purchase. See? That's what I'm saying.
What? I
That
don't get
doesn't
that.
fly in the U.S. How the fuck do they pull that stuff off in Japan? That Anonymous Trudy said, oh my god. Oh my god, excuse me. Oh. Oh, I got indigestion. Thank you, Anonymous. I'm not reading that.
This is another thing. Pachinko. You know, pachinko, that's another thing that operates in a gray area because gambling in Japan is illegal too. But, you know, we're not getting to Japan culture show. We'll do that in a call-in show maybe. We'll do Japan culture call-ins. That'll be kind of interesting. But yeah, so pachinko is also illegal. You can't gamble, but they do that, you know. Problem is Japan is if you want to change a law, it takes like 15 years. You know what I mean? And it's just, that's how it goes. That the government there works so fucking slow.
That has nothing to do with what we're doing tonight. Jay Bowler Tree says, Phil, I just got around to playing the game, having a blast so far. I'm on chapter 5. Good game. I'm getting there.
Okay, we're done with this. Moving forward positively here.
Well, anyway, you know, it's just not a possibility anymore. You know, now I'm trying to make enough money to make ends meet, to catch up on the things I haven't paid over the years, you know, the back taxes and the like. And hopefully, if things can maintain the level that they are or even get better, which they might because my streams have been doing really well this year,
definitely.
I'd be more inclined to improve the business. Like I said, some of the things I want to do, get a new chair, get a green screen, get a new webcam, a new PC, a new laptop. These are all things necessary upgrades I need to do. Get an Xbox Series X. I already got the PS5 pre-ordered, but get an Xbox Series X. You know, and just continue on with what I'm doing. Long term, could I flip this into a position where maybe I could save up some money and do something? Maybe, but it ain't happening anytime soon. Okay? So there you go. Okay. But if I were to open a restaurant, it would be a sit-down restaurant. It would be a more serious restaurant. Because originally the plan was a franchise, but obviously that's out the door now. So, okay. Mr. Red Ledge Eyes. Open a restaurant, it would be a sit-down restaurant. It would be a more serious restaurant. Because originally the plan was a franchise, but obviously that's out the door now.
It was going to be a franchise. Serious restaurant.
Okay. Mr. Red Legs subscribed for 2 months in a row and said 2 months sub. Thank you, Red Legs.
All right, let's go. 2021. Making good time so far.
You up the ante. Those are pretty good. I don't know how they're going to improve it. They're all anime-ish, so I don't know how could you up the ante with anime, maybe better draw distance or something? I don't know.
Look, why are the subs at 5,000? Anyone know that? Is that a joke? Yes.
Okay. Muramasaki, that has nothing to do with the last 2 days, genius. It's like I said, I love this mentality. Phil, you had a really good day this week. You're right, I did.
Yeah.
So, you know, when
problem?
the sandwich shop opens business and has a really good day, all of a sudden they had tons of sales. Does that mean
I believe this is our third direct sandwich shop analogy so far. I believe. They pick up in frequency later down the line, don't worry. But I think this is 3 or 4. Here we go.
you know, when the sandwich shop opens business and has a really good day, all of a sudden they had tons of sales. Does that mean they close down for the rest of the week? They don't have to do any sales for the rest of the week, right? That's how life works, right?
Yeah, definitely.
No, that's a stupid thing to say. It's incredibly dumb. Yes, I did well several days ago. That will go to pay bills. That will do other things. That doesn't mean that I wouldn't like to have a good night tonight also of business. Like use your fucking brain. Okay?
Use your fucking
Don't say
brain,
dumb shit.
idiot.
That's really dumb to say stuff like that.
Well, I think they could say maybe you don't have to beg so hard after you have a big day in the earlier stream. That's kind of what the question was, but you know. Logan K in the house says Black Currant is my favorite soap land. DSP helped fund it. Well, that is a good soap land. Black Currant soap. Didn't someone said? I know Tevin actually got some, but we need to get some Black Currant soap somehow. I know we won't pay, like Triple P suggested that we pay Philip for like items. I would never do that, but I would pay Leanna for it. I'd be happy to give her some money. Have a good life with her fiance. Big ups to Cantu Adrian, who says, washy, washy, happy, happy. Okay. I don't know if that's what they say in there, but must be fun. Jet Maximus 90 in the house says, I have neck pain. Where can I get Dawn soap? Well, there's plenty of businesses that'll do that. You got to take a shower first and The Throne is still up, Guilty Pleasure Cinema. It is still up. But I don't think anyone's buying anything. That's why he's not talking about it. Some Gator in the house says either fourth best or nothing wrong sandwiches. That's pretty cool. Oh, we could have a lot of fun making up sandwich names. Oh, yeah. God, yeah. Can you imagine? Big up Some Gator. Best in America. Fourth in the world. Channel in the house says, pretty sure you called next call-in was paranormal too. Next call-in was embarrassing stories channel. Drop something. I actually checked it. It was I checked it. I forgot too. I know it was paranormal or embarrassing stories. It was embarrassing stories. So embarrassing stories is coming on Saturday night. Tony T in the house says, I will never understand the sandwich shop analogy. His mind just goes there, right? And now we're seeing how he really had a good idea. I mean, he really had a big idea of making a restaurant in Seattle when he moved. I mean, this was just, it was on his fucking mind.
Okay, so here we go. So, what I will do...
Yeah, go ahead.
We'll go back to 20 kills and 5 sniper kills. That's what we'll go back to. Because this is team deathmatch, yeah. If this was domination, I actually would have made it even go for 30 kills. But we'll do 20 kills, 5 sniper kills as the goal.
Okay, it's like a bounty. Or, challenges.
Okay. Like, I'm not kidding. I would like nothing more than to have a nice discussion with you guys today about the political stuff that happened today. But I know what would happen. Half the audience would be turned off and be like, what the fuck? Why are you doing this? And the other half would actually use it as fuel to try to say that I'm some bad person one way or the other. Huh? And it would just be a bunch of fucking mess. It would be a waste of everyone's time. Okay? So, instead of opening the can of worms, instead of unlocking Pandora's box, okay? Instead, it's just not allowed. That discussion is not allowed on my streams. And by the way, this has always been in the rules. I used to talk about this way more often. It's just that these days, usually, we don't really have to worry about that kind of shit. Today, we definitely do. All right? Politics are not allowed here on my streams. All right?
What happened on November 19th, 2021?
Now, I'm not going to just outright ban someone for coming on the stream and mentioning something that's a huge part of what's going on in the world today. But you have to understand that we just can't have the stream derailed by it. So if you come in here and you start talking about it, timed out. If you come back in 10 minutes and you're like, why was I timed out? Someone says to you, oh, because you talk politics, that's not against the rules. And you're like, oh, okay, no problem. Then you're good.
Oh, Kyle Rittenhouse.
But if you come back, you're like, oh, why was I timed out? Oh, who did that to me?
Kyle Rittenhouse,
this is that unfair, censorship, ban. And you're not coming back. Because that's not what we're here for. We're here to have a good time with games. This stream is my business. This is just as if you walked into someone's store, a brick-and-mortar store out there in the street, and your behavior on the stream has to be professional. I don't want everyone to be super professional, dressed up in suit and tie tuxedo. You know what I'm saying? We're loose here. Look at me. Do I look professional? I'm wearing a nice Blanca shirt that I've owned for like 12, 13 years. You know, I look like a slob.
Uh-huh. I got piles of trash behind me.
My face looks like a big bloated melon or something, right? It looks like a mango that's been marinating for a while or something. Or not.
Nailed it. A mango that's been marinating for a while.
Not so professional here, right? But you have to have some kind of an air of professionalism. You can't just come in and say and do whatever you want. You wouldn't expect just walk into someone's business, spraying paint, 2 cans of spray paint, just spraying everywhere wildly. You're like, what the fuck are you doing? Get out of my business, you fucking freak. Beat the shit out of you. You run up with a big club. Thump.
That metaphor is extremely dented. What can you talk about politics at your sandwich shop with other people that are there? Is that possible? Or, excuse me, yes, the marinated mango. Excuse me, sir. Yes. Can I talk about politics with my friend here? Or that's kind of like a chat room online, right?
Toss them out into the street, and no one would think none the wiser. It's fine. But God forbid someone comes onto someone's stream, acts like an asshole, and then gets moderated. It's like, oh God, you've broken all the rules of society, because we all know that the internet is supposed to be a place where you can say and do whatever you want and get away with it constantly. No, that's actually not the case at all. At all. But this is my place of business. If I say no politics, and you come in and you talk politics and you get moderated, that was appropriate. And if you have an issue with that,
and you get your ass gone, you're gone for good, and I want to hear it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
This is for the best for everybody. I hope you guys understand that. I'm trying to maintain what's considered a place for people to relax and chill and enjoy games. That's what DSP gaming is. This is not DS politics. This is DSP gaming, you see? Maybe one day I'll make DS politics. Dark side politics. You want to talk
This is 2021, by the way.
dark side politics?
That'd be kind of cool.
You want to talk about a controversial channel that'll probably get shut down every other day? DS politics.
Yeah, see, he thinks people care about his takes so much that they were going to, like, shut him down. But in reality, like, as we saw, his takes are nothing and no one gives a shit. It's just very funny. You know what I mean? It's just so ridiculous. No one gives a shit what he says. But he really thought his words had, like, weight, you know? Like, oh, yeah, it's going to get shut down all the time. People are going to go wild for my hot takes. It's going to be nuts.
There you go. But that's not what this is. This is DSP gaming. This is for us to enjoy games, having a good time together, and relaxing. So please direct your attention to the pin message, read it, understand it. If you get I don't want to say accidentally, if you come in here and didn't realize that, and you say something political, and you get timed out, just accept it, come back. Oh, okay, that's what happened. Fine, moving on, won't do it again. If you put up a stink about it, you will be banned appropriately. and going in that same vein,
oh, please,
people who can't mind their own effing business.
Yeah.
Why was that guy timed out? Why was that guy banned? People who just constantly want to come and criticize the moderating actions of the team. Like every little thing has to be scrutinized and microanalyzed under a microscope that happens here on the stream.
Yeah.
No. It's not your business. It's my business. It literally is my business. It's registered in my name. I pay taxes. I do all these things for the business. See what I'm saying? It's not your business. It's mine. So if you
don't question anything,
your business, I will make it my business to kick your ass out of my business.
Ooh.
You understand what I'm saying? I hope so.
Snort on the way out the door.
Everyone's welcome. Everyone's here to have a good time. No one wants to sit here and have to hear you bitch about politics all day.
Definitely.
All right? And be honest. Maybe one day,
Yeah.
like I told you guys, long term, I know I'm not going to be able to do gaming 100% as I get older. Especially, let's say the next decade, I might notice things. Like I already tell you, my right hand is tightening up. And what I mean by that is the muscles in it are having some issues, likely carpal tunnel developing, as a result of me playing video games for the last 13 years on a daily basis.
My muscles are having some issues.
Most people don't do that. Most people actually do some completely different stuff. I play video games all day. Just doing this right now with my fingers, I feel pain and sharpness right here in my arm, in the tendon in my arm.
I suggest you see someone about that.
I'm doing stuff that most people don't do. It's probably not healthy for you, right? There's nothing you can do about it. It's my job. So eventually, I'm not going to be able to be doing this. I'm going to have to split my time. I mean, I don't...
That was a very strenuous movement, guys. You saw that. That's tough.
Want to quit being a gamer. But at the same time, I know I probably won't be able to be a full-time gamer for the rest of my life. There's going to have to be some changes around here. Maybe one of the things we can do eventually is have a place where we can go talk politics if we want, right? And you'll know when you go there, this is the politics stream. This is the politics channel. This, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
this
definitely.
is not Phil's gaming content. It's completely separate from it. Separate yourself from that. I don't want it. I'm not doing that now, okay? Maybe one day. But definitely not now. So just understand that, and I'm sorry that I had to take like a whole 5 minutes plus of this pre-stream to talk about it.
Definitely.
But we all know what happens with people on days like today, and
We're just gonna say these people, but he pulled it back. Hear that?
To talk about it. But we all know what happens with people on days like
these
today,
people? What do you
and we're
mean,
just not going
these
to play
people?
that game. All right, fair enough. Schedule-wise, let's briefly talk about.
Oh, all right. 2022.
Would reject it and say no, not valid for advertisements. Okay. So, that being said, all right.
Hey.
Basically, people get fooled. Well,
This is around the time we started, I believe.
excuse me. YouTube used to get fooled by all kinds of stuff. They just didn't have any kind of proper vetting system. YouTube has always been a business that relies on user-reported content. I know that sounds stupid because it is. How can you have a business that relies on the customer base and their complaints to improve? That would be like saying, I opened a sandwich shop.
Oh God!
But I never checked the quality of the ingredient.
As you see, we're gonna pick up the density of sandwich shop metaphors massively now. It's kind of a new thing, which I was kind of surprised on. Like, you hear we've been going through years and stuff. Like in 2000 and like all the other years, there was like 2 or 3 mentions. Once we get to like 2023, there's like 10. So here we go. Now we've got a sandwich shop metaphor.
Saying I opened a sandwich shop, but I never checked the quality of the ingredients. I never checked to see if the food was fresh. I never checked to see if people were bored or stagnated with what we offer. I literally just every day just come to work and pump out the same exact sandwiches for you no matter what. And it's not until we get a bunch of complaints from customers. This tastes bad. The food is stale or spoiled. We're tired of the same sandwich offerings. Make new ones. It's not until you get the complaints that now you improve the business. Like, what kind of a business is that? That's called lazy shit. Ooh. And that's how YouTube has operated always, is that they wait for someone to complain about something to fix it. All right? So, in regards to...
Similar to someone else we know.
False copyrights. Back in the day, people used to abuse this shit all the time. All they would do is take a cursory glance at information on the internet. Oh, Ubisoft. Well, here's an email that's a spoof of an Ubisoft email. It's not necessarily the real one, but we make a spoof so it looks like I'm emailing from Ubisoft. Let me research and find someone who really works for the company and has maybe an online profile. I'll pretend that I'm them, and I'll claim in this claim against someone that I have the right to try to take down their content, okay? So they would completely lie, impersonate someone else, and YouTube is so fucking stupid, they would do no research, no confirmation. They would literally just blanket grant the claims. That's how bad YouTube was back in the day. And it became...
That's a good one. So now imagine a sandwich shop, except they take literal years to address feedback, tell you to go fuck yourself, and then get confused when there's no customers after they made all the changes. That's a better sandwich shop analogy. I agree. Uh-oh. Look at this. Top right style. This is the most common one, by the way. Oh, he's waking up! Son of a bitch, no! Don't do this! Not yet!
Really bad for rampant abuse. There were, like, ridiculous...
All right, Psychotic Assault is asking. I saw a few people kind of hinting at it. So Mike Watson podcast, we talked about at the beginning of the show. Rewind if you want to see that. But Mike Watson basically said they didn't beat Philip's ass back then with Jaha because they realized at that time that he was on the spectrum. That's the short version of it. It's like a 2-minute clip. Go rewind. You'll find it at the beginning of the stream, brother.
Amounts of false claims on a daily basis because people realized they could abuse the system because YouTube was a bunch of fucking lazy idiots who didn't vet anything, okay? In this case, in 2009, I received a bunch of false copyright claims.
We're not hearing this. We know this.
All the difference. I can tell you guys.
Oh, here's the Skyrim sports brawl. I always see a sports brawl with this. I know what it actually is, but it looks like a sports brawl to me. Like a one that's ripped on the top.
In the last year, all right? Some of the streams that we have had with meaningful conversation,
oh god,
the fun tied to a retro game or a cool experience that we're all having together has been exponentially better than any chaotic stream that I had over on Twitch that was uncontrollable with constant idiots coming in and being stupid as shit. To have control over your place of work is a humongous thing. Really. Imagine if you were running any brick-and-mortar business and constantly you had idiots coming in, screaming, shooting silly string and spray paint everywhere, just spinning and shitting all over the walls and just destroying the business, and you had no way to control that. That's essentially what streaming felt like.
It's interesting how he equates talking in a chat room to silly string.
A long time. And then this year, I feel like I got control of my business again. Now we have a fun place where we can have meaningful conversation and have a good time together in a controlled environment. Now, of course, there's people who are going to, Phil's streams are boring because they're locked down.
Yeah.
Then leave. And I don't care. If people are coming here for a chaotic environment and coming for stupid shit like that, then they're in the wrong spot regardless. You know, I'm 40 years old now. I just became 40 a month ago. And I'm older, I'm wiser, and I'm realizing that it's more about catering to your core audience of viewers who are going to be with you for thick and thin and are going to support you no matter what.
Be with you with thick and thin.
Core audience of viewers who are going to be with you for thick and thin.
They're going to be with you for thick and thin. That's for sure. Big ups Petchy, who says, these old videos really make me appreciate the upgrades of the random shirt backdrop, RGBs, electric lamp, double cameras, donated computers, and goal revamp that Phil has managed to achieve in 3 years. Never let the foot off the gas. Definitely Petchy. As you can see, this setup sucks compared to today's setup. It's just so far behind what they have today. It's a totally different streamer almost. I mean, if you look this stream, you're like, this fucking sucks. But if you go to a stream today, you're like, oh my God, this guy's going on. I mean, this guy is the bee's knees, as he says. Obviously, the improvements are all over the place. Shadow Slammer says, instructions unclear. I did that thing with my hands and popped some wood. Help. All right, Shadow Slammer, you got to go to a soap land. Big up Shadow Slammer. Nerd Brew says, Phil's shop could have been That Being Bread. Now, we have many options now. That Being Fed is our Amber Lynn style content channel. That Being Bread could be our cooking style channel. And that being said, it will be the main, podcast channel forever. Big ups Nerd Brew. NWO News says, no job would pay as much as if I'm on the stream. If one did, then I wouldn't be able to wear my pajamas all day. Great point. That's why we can't do that, NWO News. You're a legend. Big ups, everybody. Let's go.
And are going to support you no matter what. That's who I care about. I don't care about getting giant views on my streams. I don't care about getting ginormous views on my YouTube videos. What I care about is actually creating entertainment, that people feel is valuable enough to them personally that they want to keep supporting me and my business so that we can keep this going. You see what I'm saying?
So this is the hardcore begging for tips every day arc has now begun. Not this year, for example. I think 2 years ago it kind of started like this, and now we're still in this today.
It doesn't matter if I have 10,000 viewers if 9,920 of them are assholes.
Yeah.
It doesn't. I'd rather just have the 80 people who care. Really. That's all I care about. There's other content creators out there who feel like the only way they can make a living is by appeasing to that toxic audience on the internet, by catering to the trolls. Not me. I never want to be there, and I never want to go there. Now, in some cases, I am broadening my horizons. Literally today, I'm reacting to my own Down the Rabbit Hole video. That's a little different because I'm doing it on my own terms. I'm able to create meaningful content out of the negativity.
I think this is a meaningful era
about me on the internet. And that's a lot different than letting those assholes run rampant all over myself and my business. Okay? So in a lot of ways, even though there's certainly been a lot of negatives about being on YouTube, which I'm going to outline shortly.
We're not listening to that.
One of the major positives that I've had over the last year, I've almost had an eye-opening realization that this kind of content, this kind of streaming, is way more meaningful to me and my viewing audience who cares about me than I ever had over on Twitch. Yes.
Okay, so we're trying to justify why YouTube is better. Got it. Okay, moving on. Fable style.
Oh, la. No, I'm not putting my podcast on Apple Music or Spotify or anything. I'm trying to draw attention to this channel. I'm trying to get people to sub to the channel. I'm trying to get people to be members to the channel. Why, if this channel is my focus and where my business is located and for profitability purposes, why would I try to put my content elsewhere? That doesn't even make sense. Right? It doesn't even make any kind of logical sense. Business is nothing. Why would I do that? So I say, I'm trying to open a restaurant, but man, I'm just keep trying to sell my sandwiches down the street at Burger King. Like, what?
That's very, very,
why would I do that?
Like a son within the hero.
Very dumb metaphor there. Don't you want... It's a better metaphor would be if you have a brick-and-mortar sandwich shop. Imagine a sandwich shop, and you have sandwiches. You might go down the street of a different area in the town to sell your sandwiches, and then say, yeah, it's back there. If you want more of these sandwiches, go back to the shop over there. Right? But okay, yeah, we can't do that.
And his destiny was clear. Jack had cast a shadow over the whole of his life. He had been the architect of his sister.
I think he's done ranting. Fable was cool, by the way. First one. Second one I just did not like as much. Is that the one with the dog? They give you a dog? I just didn't like that one. I don't know what happened. They lost the magic. First game had the magic. Second one did not have the magic. All right, moving forward positively. Now we're in only 1 year ago, well, 2 years ago, 2023.
Legit beta experience for anyone.
Dogs.
So, overall, after having played the Mortal Kombat 1 beta, yeah, I'm very disappointed. This game has a ton of shortcomings compared to Street Fighter 6. And again, you might, oh, that's not a fair comparison. Yes, it is. Ooh. Yes, it is. In a competitive market, you can't ignore your competition and claim to be something different, all right? If you own a sandwich shop, you have to compete with the other sandwich shops in your area. If you own a car wash, you have to compete with the other car washes. If you're a major fighting game, you have to compete with the other fighting games. And Mortal Kombat 1 at this point doesn't look like it's very well competing with Street Fighter 6 at all.
Well, what?
Doesn't look like it's very well competing with Street Fighter 6 at all.
Well, that makes sense. Easy for you to say.
I think it doesn't look like it's very well competing with Street Fighter 6 at all. I think it's failed in every aspect. It just seems like an inferior game. It's slower paced. It has less to it. It's not as fun to play. The online connections are worse. And overall, after having played it for 5 hours yesterday, I was bored. Ooh. Tell me a different experience you've ever seen. When I played the Street Fighter 6 beta, I played it the entire weekend. And I was like, dude, I'm sad that we ran out of time to play it. I like it so much. I wish that it continued. I want to play it more. I literally played this for 5 hours yesterday. I don't want to play it anymore. Until
tips must have been low. Moving on.
To see a reaction to anything I'm doing, I do feel like that might kill it. Okay? So, as of now...
Oh, by the way, guys, this is the old camera.
This new improvement changed...
So, it might notice the quality is way worse, and you might want to be, like, scratching your eyes out right now because how bad the quality is. So just try to bear with it, okay? This camera is a big step down from the current camera, as you can see. I mean, this looks like shit, honestly. So just keep that in mind and try to tough it out, all right? Yep, Maximus90 says, Derek's new podcast will be called That Being Pred. There we go. That works.
Changing the codec, I feel like these streams might have hit the sweet...
The audio, too, is amazingly... Yeah, you're right. The audio, too, is unlistenable. Sorry, guys. As you can hear, we need to throw at least $500 into the setup. Just in the camera and mic alone, honestly. You know what I mean? Because, I mean, this shit sucks.
Now, with this new improvement, changing the codec, I feel like these streams might have hit the sweet spot of what I'm looking to do.
Oh, great.
Good quality visuals, right? The ability to still interact with all of you, the stream being equivalent to the on-demand videos now. That's pretty awesome. And I'm happy that we got there. I just apologize that it took me some 6 to 8 months this year to figure this out because YouTube, again, book smart, not street smart. Add in all the abilities to do it. Don't put it in any logical place where it's in front of your face when you're setting up a stream. It doesn't make any sense at all.
Right? Philip wants the yellow paint YouTube settings, please.
Right? Imagine you go to a sandwich shop.
Yeah! I believe this is number 2. Okay, so we're on their second one of 2023. I'll keep a count. This is our biggest year for sandwich shops, by the way, is 2023.
And... you go to the sandwich shop, and in one room, you order your sandwich completely how you want it to be made.
Yeah.
But by the way, there's a secret room next door where they have extra condiments to put on the sandwich. But they don't tell you about that room. Now, if you go in that room, you have the ultimate sandwich because you got banana peppers, you've got all chipotle sauce, all the things that you want for your sandwich. But they're hidden.
Oh, God, you got banana peppers and chipotle sauce?
Banana peppers, you've got all chipotle sauce, all the things that you want for your sandwich, but they're hidden in the side room over there. You don't even know. Only a few people know about that room. Do they tell you when you walk in? No. Do you ask? Why would you ask about it? How would you know it exists? Tell you when you walk in, but they're hidden in the...
All right, so could anyone... Because I would obviously say Chipotle. But is that correct? Who's... What? In the native language of that where Chipotle comes from. Is it Chipotle or is it Chipotle? Please, let's settle this right now. Chipotle.
The side room over there. You don't even know. Only a few people know about that room. Do they tell you when you walk in? No. Do you ask? Why would you ask about it? How would you know it exists? It's a secret room they've hidden on the side. But for those who are in the know, they can go next door and get the best sandwich possible, right? I mean, why even make the room if you're gonna hide it, right? But again, it's just ridiculous. That's how they operate on YouTube. Great ideas, really intelligent. Let's add these new features that'll improve everyone's experience. Sounds good. Could you tell me about them?
Yeah, they're in the settings. If you just click settings, you could find those.
Could you put them somewhere where I can find them? Like, why are you doing it?
The settings. Oh.
Because that pisses me off. Think about all the playthroughs I did this year.
Yeah.
That absolutely would have been much better looking, right? I'm curious about like my Street Fighter streams. Well, my Street Fighter streams have looked insanely good this year. If it weren't for this YouTube thing, like
There's no
hiding the
difference,
encoding,
sir.
that pisses me off, man.
Yeah. There's no difference, sir.
And again, it's not in a sub menu because people are like, oh, advanced settings are usually put in a sub menu. It's not in a sub menu. It's when you're setting up your live stream on YouTube, all your options are right in front of you.
Yeah.
Okay? And literally just says, stream key, do you want to use this pre-generated stream key or do you want to make your own?
Yeah.
Either one, if you click on it, gives you the low-end key. What you have to do is do a drop-down. There's a button that says, make a customized stream key. So you have to hit customize stream key. Then when you hit customize stream key, there's a checkbox that appears that says, do you want to manually set up your stream key rather than use it pre-generated? Yeah, let's see what happens. You check that box, and then another menu opens up. So already it's a menu within a menu. And then in that menu, you get another drop-down menu, and that menu says, do you want the low-end crappy encoding, the middle-of-the-road better encoding, or the high-end 4K encoding? You have to go through 3 separate screens that have nothing to do with the encoder to get to the encoders.
Because there's no difference in high-end encoding and low-end. Well, first of all, it doesn't say low-end shitty encoding. I'm sure the default is probably like the one that works for 99.9% of all content on YouTube, like outside of maybe the like 4K shit, which Philip was far away from doing, right? Far away from doing at this point. So 1080p gaming, how the encoding setting you use, I don't think is making a big difference. You know what I'm saying? But okay, definitely. NWO News in the House says Phil took full advantage of YouTube as a place for people to come. Oh, he did. NWO News, he did. He did. And the Deep Fryer says, what's funny is if Phil wants to keep up in the fighting game scene, both Tekken 8 and DB and Dragon Ball Sparking Zero doubled Street Fighter 6's sales, but he won't play them. That's interesting. Because, you know, you think about Street Fighters kind of like, I don't know, maybe that's just me. But it's just like the fighting game is Street Fighter. But maybe that's just with the real competitive people. And Tekken and Sparking Zero, Dragon Ball have bigger audiences that just buy them, you know? Like, it feels like Street Fighter is the mainstream game, John Bono. Yeah, that's what I think, too. But if they sold more, then maybe there are just more people that are into it. I don't know. DSP's stream title, by the way, is still Chill Podcast and Fatal Fury, so it's still chill. Sometimes he will change this, depending on if there's drama or not, but it's still chill right now. Still says Chill Podcast. All right, moving forward. Let's go. Next one. We're still in 2023, by the way. Same show, by the way. This is a same show. One show, 2 sandwich shops. Let's go.
With a $1 tip. This doesn't even make sense. Isn't your job to know about and research your stream quality?
Yes. Yes, it is.
Yes. I have a full-time job. I'm actually paid a salary to research how YouTube sets up streams. I don't know if you knew this. I'm actually all I'm supposed to do is click through YouTube's menus looking for codec options.
You can Google it.
Yes, correct.
You can Google it.
No, stupid. That's not my job. That should be YouTube's job to explain what they've coded and made available for people, the end user, to use. Again, that's like saying, oh, so you walk into the sandwich shop, and literally there's no explanation whatsoever of how to do anything, and none of it's in front of you. It's just wall. You're surrounded by 4 wooden walls. Oh, but didn't you know that if you push the secret panel over here, the door opens up to where you can actually get your sandwich made?
Nope, that makes zero sense. It's like, okay, remember, in this situation, you would be the sandwich shop owner, Googling, how can I make my sandwich shop better? That's what it would be. And I'm not sure how you got this metaphor. Now we're a customer. Oh, it's tough to keep up with. So I'm the customer. Philip is the business owner, but in the metaphor, we're the customers. Okay, so we got to switch it up here. I'm the customer. Okay, then we got to find the door to our toppings. Different. Okay, hold on. This is getting really confusing. I'm losing it here.
What are you talking about? I mean, sometimes you guys just set yourself up for stupidity. I mean, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. No, it's not my job to figure out how YouTube runs.
Hey, look who just became a member. You see that? I'm sure he's happy. Someone must have just did a bomb.
Wow.
Oh, by the way, I know we got some audio style listeners. I do care about you. You guys are legends out there. Derek Ip just became a member.
That's tremendous stupidity. Thank you for the tip, though. All right. I received a $5 tip from Guitar Player. All right. And let me get your animation going. Let's see what he has to say. Thank you for the $5 tip, Guitar Player.
Go ahead.
I'm in the wrong menu.
Oh, he loves a lot of things, Mr. Extravagant. Lemurs,
There we go.
raptors,
Okay.
leafs.
So Guitar Player with a $5 tip. By the way, I will say this. Please
Yeah.
remember that any contributions right now will carry over to the React stream, even though we go
thank
from one
God.
channel to another.
Whew, thank
All
God.
this stuff will count for that other stream.
Oh, God,
so if we
thank
hit
God.
$50 in tips now,
Yes.
the Gunner Glasses will carry over
Yes.
to the stream on DSP React,
The Gunner glasses will carry over? Yes! Can this day get any better?
etc. And keep in mind that my goal is to try and get the tier 1 tips goal on every stream this week, and also to hit 650 members by the end of the week. So please consider contributing in some way. Thank you. All right.
Okay.
So Guitar Player says, I don't think people should be
Thank you for that.
angry with you if you don't play a game right now. They should be angry that so many game publishers just release all their games at once. Well, I mean, this is just something.
Okay, we're not. Incredibly dumb question, Guitar Player. Thank you. 2023 again.
All right. Now, and by the way, I'll say one final thing because this is so ludicrous. The point I'm making when I'm talking about these late night streams is that it just seems like overall the enjoyment of them is down. The enjoyment is from trolls trolling for 2 reasons. Because I'm not doing well in a competitive game or because the support is low.
Yep, that still carries on to this day, actually.
So they're reveling in toxicity and negativity.
Yes.
That's who's enjoying the streams.
Yeah,
My
I agree
positive
with that.
viewers are telling me they're not enjoying them. Okay? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Because as I told you guys, I feel there's a direct correlation between level of enjoyment and the amount of support I get on a stream.
I don't
if
think
someone's
so.
enjoying a stream, they're going to be more apt to support said stream because they're having a good time and they want that good time to continue. They want to see more of those good times in the future.
I
If
do
they
not
come
think
to
so.
a late night stream of me playing Street Fighter and half the chat is a bunch of new accounts just created in the last week trolling, what is their incentive to support that stream? They want to get the fuck out of there and come back when the stream's back in order, right?
That's not true. Your whales will support to like felt the trolls. That's literally why Iron Chef said he supported sometimes. Because Iron Chef was gone for like a week, and literally he says like, yeah, I just want to drop some support. Like fuck felt the trolls. Like that's literally a reason that people support is to felt the trolls. You know, I mean, we're just talking to 3 people now anyway. We're already in the era of like there being 5 whales and that's it. So, anyways.
That I understand. I totally get that. Because idiots like to say things like, well, I don't understand because you had a good daytime stream yesterday. You've completely missed the fucking point. That's
no.
not my point. The point isn't that yesterday was a disaster day where I wasn't supported. The point is that I want every stream to be done well so people like it and will want to support every
What?
stream. Do you not understand?
I really don't get that. I'm going to try it one more time.
Disaster day. You missed the fucking point.
Okay, what's
That's
the
not my point.
Go ahead.
The point isn't that yesterday was a disaster day where I wasn't supported. The point is that I want every stream to be done well so people like it and will want to support every stream. Do you not understand?
I don't understand what done well means.
want to have a whole stream where I feel like it was a waste of everyone's time.
Oh, because you didn't get enough money? Is that what we're talking about?
Everyone's time on this planet is incredibly valuable. To me and to you. Everyone's time on this planet is incredibly valuable. To me.
You heard it, right? I'll do it one more time. Listen carefully here. I'll boost it.
Everyone's time. Everyone's time on this planet is incredibly valuable. To me.
Everyone's time on this planet is incredibly valuable. Well, that's telling, isn't it? It is valuable. Which means the more money you drop on me, the more valuable you are to my streams. Get it?
And to you, it should be. Everything we do has meaning, right? There's not a moment where it should be wasted because we have limited time on Earth.
This is definitely the meaningful era. This is where Meerkat dropped the meaningful song. This is the meaningful era where we decided to call everything meaningful. It lasted for a few months.
I want you to have fun when you're on my streams, not come and be disappointed. I want to fix that problem. If that's the problem, is that there's disappointment because of trolling. I want to fix that.
Let's see if it says Arth.
Because we have limited time on Earth. I want you to have, right? There's not a moment where it should be wasted because we have limited time on Earth. I want you to
Earth. It's a little bit in the middle of that sentence. Earth.
Have fun when you're on my streams, not come and be disappointed. I want to fix that problem. If that's the problem, is that there's disappointment because of trolling. I want to fix that problem, right? It's not, oh my God, he made $10. Fucking who cares? The $10 is just a symbol that people didn't enjoy it.
This $10 is a symbol.
Get it? But some people just can't understand that correlation because they're so wired in their heads about money and income and greed and shit like that. They don't get.
Wow. One more time?
Because they're so wired in their heads about money and income and greed and shit like that. They don't get logic. They can't understand that. Then again, they don't operate their own fucking business. You know? It would be the same as saying you operate a sandwich shop.
God damn it.
And the sandwich shop had a really good day, but then at night the entire shop was dead. Well, why was the shop dead at night? I don't want my shop to be dead at night. I want people to enjoy my product all day long. So what changed during the day to night? Figure that out, fix it, and then people can enjoy your shop all day long. Correct? Why would you be happy with only people coming at the one time and not the other? You want everyone to enjoy it all day long. So as a business owner, you want to do that stuff. You want to attack these. You look for the root cause of a situation and try to improve the situation. You don't just ignore it and say, there's no situation. No, you try to figure it out. Right?
I really think it's the sandwich shop thing is like a way to legitimize what he does in his mind, you know? Right? Like, it's just like, yeah, it's just like a sandwich shop, actually, okay? Just like it. Like, well.
So there you go. So let's figure it out together. I think we can. I absolutely think that we can figure this out.
We'll figure it out.
So let's do it together. Let's talk about it.
Let's figure this out. What that means is, what can I do for you to give me money?
About it. And again, feedback.
That's how we're back here, by the way, in real time, by the way. This is pre-Kino Casino arc, obviously, but this is where we are today, is the same energy, right? What do I have to do to get money, guys? You tell me. I mean, it's pretty simple, guys. What do you want? In fact, if we hit the goals now, I'll do something else. I mean, I don't care. I just got to keep the sandwiches going out the door. You tell me what kind of sandwiches you want.
Appreciated, required, asked for, please give it to me. Again, so many ways to give me feedback. Leave a comment on this video, email me, talk in chat. Some people are giving me feedback now. I'm reading it and enjoying it, and thank you for that. All right? So there you go. All right? Okay. Sounds good to me. Okay.
He said a self sounds good to me.
Okay. Sounds good to me.
What?
Okay.
You can't do that. You can't sounds good to me yourself. You at least have to say sound good first, like pretend there's a question. You can't do that. Who does that? Sounds good to me. There was any question. Oh, here, I got to play something. You know it. You know I got to play something right now. I got it here. Are ya? Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. The classic. The classic. Oh, God. Here, I'll play it this way. Then I can't hear it. Here we go, right here.
Sounds good.
Not that one. Not that one, Cat.
Sounds good.
That's not it. All right, it's fine. I'll leave it at that. That's not the one I wanted, though, Cat. Can you please say the right thing next time?
Sounds good.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, I guess now what we will do is, by the way, is my window open? It is, right?
Okay, fuck this. Same year, by the way.
Fucking Pokemon sales records.
Uh-oh.
It actually was the best-selling one as a new release. So you can complain as much as you want, but if you continuously open your wallet and keep buying the subpar game, the game will never improve. It's the same thing with Call of Duty every year. It's the same thing with Madden every year. It's the same thing with NBA 2K or FIFA, although I don't think FIFA exists anymore, right? Wasn't the license lost or whatever? But you see the point I'm saying?
I don't.
If the consumers keep consuming stuff that they say are subpar, There is zero incentive for a game developer to do better. Why would they? They'd be morons, right? Imagine if you have a sandwich shop.
God damn it!
And you sell an Italian meats sandwich. And everyone...
The first example, Italian meats. Hell yeah. Who doesn't love Italian meats?
A sandwich shop. And you sell an Italian meats sandwich.
Uh-huh.
And
Who doesn't
everyone
love that?
reviews it and says it's, oh my God, the Italian meat sandwich, it's just terrible quality, but yet it's your best seller. And everyone keeps coming and buying the sandwich. Would you remove the sandwich from your menu? Would you change the sandwich? Or are you going to keep what everyone's buying, right? So it doesn't matter what people say. It matters what they do. Actions speak louder than words.
Ooh.
And as long as people keep spending money on Game Freak games, they are never going to improve them.
Okay. That's not true. We're going to felt them here in a second. Give him a minute, though. It takes him a while to load the joke. Hang on. Give him a minute here. Hold on. We're loading it up.
There's one other news story to talk about today.
That, what?
Okay.
There wasn't even a felting there? Was he searching for a felt and then didn't find the button? What was that?
And as long as people keep spending money on Game Freak games, they are never going to improve them.
What? What happened there? Oh, I got a funny idea. Let's see. Here we go. Okay. Joke has been said here. Let's go.
Say, it matters what they do. Actions speak louder than words. And as long as people keep spending money on Game Freak games, they are never going to improve them. There's one other news story to talk about today.
You see how long I went there? What the fuck? I might have to mute that part of the stream now, sadly. You know that fucking... Yesterday I played that little bit of Willy Wonka. That also got claimed. I don't monetize them anyway, but it's just funny. That little 10 seconds, they get you. Fucking YouTube, no street smarts. Assholes. Some gator in the house says, what's the symbol when only Iron Chef is the tip? When Iron Chef is the only tipper? Well, that's the symbol of a successful business that has one whale come in and buy 1,000 sandwiches. But yet, you still advertise like you have a lot of sandwich shoppers, but you really only have 5. But you still beg to all the other people out on the street, right? Because you pretend that they like your sandwich shops, but really you only need to appease 5 people, right? So, and also you make deals every day. You say it's a one-day sale. Yeah, Mr. Extravagance on it. You say it's a one-day sale, but then you do it every day. And that's kind of cool because that's get some idiots will buy sandwiches on that, you know? Retro Jim says, you're my favorite offshoot of something meaningful. Thank you so much, Retro Jim. Offshoot of something meaningful humanity has created. Abe Robertson in the house says, big ups WPIG. Sorry for poor attendance this week. Goddamn job had me working away. Fuck that shit, man. Get your ass out there and fucking work. Big ups Aiden Becca, legends in the house. Remember, that being said, will be tomorrow, by the way. Copeside Phil in the house says, never forget he gets COD every single year. Correct. And he buys all Pokemon games. Absolutely, yes. Papa Polecat says, improvements to the business lore dive. Now, that would be interesting. That would take a long time, wouldn't it? But, I mean, they all do in the end, right? I think that's actually on our list of maybes. Me and Cerulean have a very serious spreadsheet where we have ideas. See if that's on there. I think it was. But, like, it'd have to go back, right? So, like, improvements mean, like, the first camera he bought, that improvement. I mean, there's so many.
So, if I have a day where, oh my God, Phil did really well today. I'm going to throw a number out there. Phil made $500 today, and he typically doesn't do that. You know, in a given day, he would never make that much. It's just a random thing. He made $500 on stream today. That's crazy.
Yeah.
What ends up happening is those scumbags will make a series of videos about it,
Yeah.
They'll put it everywhere. See, Phil made $500 today. He doesn't need your support because he's rolling in it right now. So what ends up happening is I'll have a really good day, and all of a sudden I'll just happen to notice that over the course of the next week, support's way low. Now, what happened? That'll be the same as saying you own a sandwich shop.
God
and
damn
one
it.
day you have a rush of customers and they all come in and buy your sandwiches. Wow, I did so good. For the rest of the week, no one comes into your shop. What happened?
Here we go again.
Right? I don't know, but that's what happens sometimes. Okay?
So you're saying that your fans are swayed by detractor videos? Cool fans, man.
I'll run a marathon, and the marathon will go really well,
Yeah,
and a lot of people will support the marathon, and all of a sudden, the whole rest of the week is slow.
That's because people do not have endless money? Oh my God, I've never heard this before. If you have a marathon where you pretend it's a big deal to donate, people donate extra. And then you're saying they should just keep it up all the time, despite them giving a lot of money on the fucking marathons? That's what he's just saying right here.
And all of a sudden, the whole rest of the week
Wait, I'm hearing that
really
again.
well, and a lot of people will support the marathon.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, the whole rest of the week is slow for support, which is no good. The whole
Do you not get that?
idea is consistency, right? That I come, and I told you my philosophy. Here's my philosophy.
Oh, please.
If I turn
I've
on
been wondering about this, actually. Go
a
ahead.
stream,
Uh-huh.
and I'm putting out honest content, right? I'm loyal to you guys. I tell you truthful statements about the games I'm playing, so you have a fair representation of what I'm playing on that stream. If I'm having
I need a buzzer. I need like a buzzer sound. He said 3 things that weren't true. Honest content. Well, that's a buzzer. Okay, hold on. Let me try to get it going here. Live meme style. Got it ready. Autoplay. Here we go. Okay, go ahead. Say it again, please. All these things.
full statements about the games I turn on a stream, and I'm putting out honest content, right? I'm loyal to you guys. I tell you truthful statements about the games I'm playing, so you have a fair representation of what I'm playing on that stream. If I'm having a good time, whether it's enjoying a game because I really like it or just not enjoying it at all because I hate it, but as long as I'm portraying that fairly, I'm not shilling, I'm not lying, I'm not exaggerating, but instead I'm giving you a truthful representation of what I feel that's on that stream that day.
I
correct?
broke it.
So as long as I'm doing
Come back. Stop.
All
I
right?
broke it. God damn it. It
exaggerating,
broke.
but instead I'm portraying that fairly. I'm not shilling, I'm not lying, I'm not over exaggerating, but instead I'm giving you a truthful representation of what I feel about the game that's on that stream that day. Correct? So as long as I'm doing that, all right, then you guys will enjoy the content. You in turn will engage with said content.
It's insane.
Right? You will enjoy said content.
It's
And you will say,
insane.
man, I like that content, and I want that content to continue. So I am going to, out of the goodness of my own heart,
This is insane.
I'm going to support that content. Whether it would be by watching, by liking, by you leaving comments, a super chat, a super sticker, a super thanks, a membership, a gifted membership, a tip.
Bingo.
No matter-
Play Dojo, great point. Everyone has to eat several times a day. They don't need to pay a streamer for free content. That is something you choose to do because you want to, because you like what the content they're putting out and you're being entertained by it. There shouldn't be any other reason to donate to a streamer, by the way. Right? But there is. I know there is. And Philip tries to bank on those other reasons all the time, right? The only reason you should give money to people that entertainment you enjoy for anything, it's not just YouTube, by the way. You give money to people because they offer you something that you like. However, Philip banks on the other reasons that other people don't, which is things like felting the trolls, because you want to see him improve. You don't want to see him have a bad day off. All these things that normal content creators would never even bring up. And if they do, they get called out for it, as they should. But Philip, like, is just so brazen with it right here. Like, if you want to see this continue, please donate. Okay.
Whether it would be by watching, by liking, by you leaving comments, a super chat, a super sticker, a super thanks, a membership, a gifted membership, a tip. No matter what it is, that's all the ways that you support my content and keep me going, correct?
Imagine, that's exactly it, Diagonal Crunch. A sandwich shop saying, guys, if you want me to stay here, just give me money. Don't worry about the sandwich. It fucking sucks. Don't worry about it, though. Okay, don't worry about the quality. You want to keep us around, right? Come on, please. That might work for 2 or 3 people that really fucking love you personally, but it won't work in general, right?
So, with that being said, that's my philosophy, right? So, if I'm putting out the same content and it's genuine fun content and it's useful and educational people find value in it, then arguably what you would think would happen is that every single day I would have a set amount of consistent support that I can depend on.
Yes,
and
I am.
would be the same, and I could say, okay, now I can rely on that, and I'm good. And that's literally not what happens. And we've talked about this as well, correct? We have.
Where are we going here?
We have had situations.
Educational. It is educational, guys. He teaches you how to count. Whenever he says a number, he'll hold it up for you, and you can learn how to count. That is educational, guys. Hate to break it to you, but sometimes it's hard to count to 3. So you got to hold up 3 fingers and say 3 things, guys. 3 things.
Situations where, again, I have a really good day, and then all of a sudden, for the rest of the week, it's dead. No support. Why? Oh, because your haters made a bunch of videos saying you made $500 today. So now everyone's like, haha, he doesn't need anything. So, now no one came by and supported your stream today. Or everyone with...
Yeah, remember those funny videos detractors make about, oh, look, Philip made so much money. Now he doesn't need any more money. Ha, ha, ha. Those are hilarious. I love those. Better than This Is How You Don't Plays, honestly.
Held because they saw that you had a good day yesterday, and everyone... now no one came by and supported your stream today. Or everyone withheld because they saw that you had a good day yesterday, and everyone...
Fuck withholders!
Talked about it in hater videos. Like, what? What are you talking about? And the thing is, I don't even know that, because I don't watch that junk. I'm here on my stream putting out
But you're saying your fans do, then. You're saying your fans do. Which is unique. Fuck withholders. Yeah, Dr. Strangelove, you beat me to it. Fuck withholders. Tired of it.
Content. That's all I know. I don't watch any other shit around me on the periphery. I only know about it when people come to me and talk to me about it.
Okay.
That's the only time I know. You guys tell me in the chat, or I'll get an email about it. I will never know about their junk unless you guys distinctly tell me what's going on with that junk. Okay?
Did they also tell you, hey, Philip, this detractor made a video about how you made $500, so I'm not tipping you today? Did you also hear that? Because it seems like you're assuming that.
Oh, to me, it sucks because I would love, abso-freaking-lutely, to say, man, if I have a really good day this week, that means I could take a day off. Right? But
2023.
a lot of the times that's not the case. A lot of the times I'll have the good day, but then that good day is completely negated by a week after that's slow. So the good day essentially made up for the slowness, and I'm just back to where I normally am.
Do you see why that happens, or no? Do you expect everyone to have endless money?
What I'm saying? I know this is a really long-winded answer, but this is just what I've come to see over time. It's not necessarily always factors that I can control. Me, what can I control? Right here, what's on this stream and the content I put out on the stream. That's it. That's the one factor. Well, I don't control YouTube. I don't control my own internet, as you can see with this Comcast issue. I don't control what people say and do about me. I don't control the hater content around there, the drama that people create artificially on the internet around me that I don't make. I don't have anything to do with any of it. All I can do is control this right here and do my best with what's on my own content stream. You see? And that's my focus. But that's what sucks is that's not all that affects me. Although this is all I can control, this is not all that affects me. There's all this white noise bullshit on the outside of this stream that I can't control my internet. I can't control how YouTube works. I can't control what haters say. I can't. If people would tune out the bullshit, if they would just listen to me and say, listen, if you really like me and my content, here's what you do. Every day you come here, you watch the stream.
Oh, cult speak here, guys. Cult speak. Here we go. Don't watch anything else.
Say, listen, if you really like me and my content, here's what you do. Every day you come here, you watch the stream, you talk with me, you enjoy, and then you move on with your day, and that's it. You unplug. When this stream is unplugged or the on-demand video is done, you're done. Do not watch any of the periphery shit, and you will enjoy this a lot more. There's so many people that fall down that rabbit hole of bullshit. They listen to all the trash that people say about me and everyone else around me.
He's talking to his own fans he wants money from right now, just a reminder.
And they get sucked into that toilet. It's what it is. It's a toilet. And once you get sucked into the toilet, it's hard to get yourself out because it's flushing. You're getting pulled down. You know what I'm saying? And there's really nothing I can do. You might watch my content, all right? And then all of a sudden, 5 related videos show up that are all negative, right? You could literally be watching my marathon stream, and a marathon stream I do well, people, support. And then it goes...
Give you a little quote here. The truth doesn't mind being questioned, but a lie does.
Goes offline, and here's a detractor video. Phil makes this much money in his stream. He's an e-beggar, blah, blah, blah. What?
Yeah.
Wait.
What? You don't think you're an e-beggar? Huh? I got something to play here real quick.
I have no problem e-begging.
Oh, well. Interesting.
I just watched the stream. The stream was good. The stream was entertaining and fun. People supported it. That's a positive. But you spin it as a negative, right? And then you get bombarded with that negative shit. And it's ridiculous that you do. But that's how YouTube works, right?
That makes me look horrible, by the way. The clips they put together makes me look like an asshole, guys. This is not Sandwich Shop anymore, but this is a good one. I'm going to stick with it. How much time we got left? Oh, we got like 45 minutes left. All right. Shit. All right, let's give it 2 more minutes.
So I get it. That's kind of the nature of the beast, but...
The nature of the beast!
At the same time...
Beg and plead for all your petty tips.
It sucks because, like you just suggested, what if someone contributed a big amount and said, here, take the day off, right? First of all, I wouldn't be able to just take that day off. It would have to be a planned thing, right? Like, okay, if Phil gets a big contribution, everyone agrees, then maybe I'll take a day off next week and extra
220. The nature of the beast.
Your day off or something like that.
Yeah.
But then I literally have to have a week where every other day is a normal day and I'm making a good amount of support and everything every day. It can't be I have the one good day, but then I have 4 slow days. Well, now I can't take the day off. Do you see? In general,
yes,
that's how it works, right? So, that's the situation being a content creator of my level. There are many content creators that are bigger than me.
And don't beg.
Content creators that are seen in a much more favorable, positive light.
I wonder why that happened.
And they get tons of opportunities that I don't get. They get opportunities for sponsorships, partnerships, paid product placements, referral codes, shill. And those people don't have to work as much as me. They get to take time off. They get to go on travel and do vacations and go on work trips and things like that. I can't do that. I can't. Those days are over. Those days were over 10 years ago.
You have done that yourself.
Right? And there's nothing I can do about that. I can't make time rewind. I can't make 10 years of slander go away. All I can do is push forward positively. Right? All those people who get that flexibility are not me because they're not me. Get it? That's why they have that. They can do what they want to do. That amount of control over their.
Yeah, Trevor Womack has a good point. Like, that's not entirely true because Logan Paul and Dr. Disrespect aren't seeing positive light as much, but they still get way more opportunities. That's because they have enough fans to cancel out the hate against them, right? They're just big enough where they have enough people that do like them, right? It's like they got a fuck ton of haters, but they also have a fuck ton of fans. And enough people are talking about them that it's good, right? Philip is so low level that he has so little people that do like him that no one can work with that, right? It doesn't work. You need to have more. You need to have more people that like you. Like, everyone that has a fuck ton of fans has a fuck ton of haters. I mean, that's just how it goes, right? But you need to have at least a base of enough people that like you to be able to, as he would call it, shill things. I wouldn't use those words, though, but...
That's why they have that. They can do what they want to do.
Looks like a troll. Get him out of here.
Control.
Time him out. Look at this guy. Look at fucking idiots. Have you ever actually changing? Yeah. Like, I could just change my behavior. Fucking idiots.
Over their work or whatever they do. I don't have that. I literally have to sit here and grind and make the content I do in order to make ends meet. Okay? That's just my reality. And my wife and I have come to terms with that, although we want it to get better. We want to have 2 days off a week because ideally...
2023, October 27th, 2023.
1 day off should be the day where I run errands. Like, I go grocery shopping and appointments and all of that. And we should have another day off that we get to spend together as a family, that we could go have fun.
But keep in mind, he already had this idea, but way before the King arc happened. And then the King arc happened. And instead of taking 2 days off to spend time with his wife, he bought a whole bunch of shit. And now we're back to we have to one day be able to take 2 days off because we bought a whole bunch of shit. And we're still buying a whole bunch of shit. We're trying to buy real fucking wrestler cards right now. So yeah, that extra day off is really important, isn't it? Definitely.
Go on a nice long date day. Or, hey, we want to do stuff in the house today. We have time to do it. We don't. I'm not kidding you. It took us years to clean out our garage. We just finally cleaned out the garage to the point where I need like one more big clean out trip to maybe the dump. And then the garage will be clean where we can actually like
That's a year-long project.
Redesign and clean it and use it for something. It's been sitting there.
Cleaning the garage is fucking annoying, no doubt about it, but it literally takes a couple hours, man. I mean, it just does. It sucks, and I don't like do it too. But at some point, you just gotta fucking do it, and it takes 2 or 3 hours, and then it's over. And then you wait till it gets to the state where you gotta clean it again, and that's fucking life,
right?
And he did pay people
for
recently.
Years
yes, that's true.
And we just don't have time to do anything with it. You know, I've got broken down rooms. I got a whole bathroom that doesn't work. I don't have time to do anything with it or even plan for anything for that. You know, I'm here 6 days a week. You know, so ideally, I want things to get better. And by the way, I should say this: that they are moving in the right direction. They are.
Oh, okay, that's good.
And if things change in this country, in the economy and stuff,
oh my God.
You know, if things had gone a different way, and if these last few years there wasn't record high inflation and interest rates going up,
dude,
I might have been in an even much better position to the point where I'd have more money and more flexibility with my life. It's just bad circumstances, things that have happened that are, again, things outside of the realm of my control. This is what I can control, what you see. I can't control the United States of America and interest rates and inflation and internet and trolls and how YouTube works. That's the shit I can't control. All I can control is right here, okay? And that's what I focus on and try to do my best with. So, you know, I absolutely would love to have another day off a week. But even if someone were to step up and say, hey, here's a big contribution, take Friday off, I couldn't guarantee that that would work. You know what I'm saying? We could plan for it, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to work. And that sucks. You know, but that's really out of my control at this point. I received a $50 tip.
See, breaking works. Thanks, Biden. You ruined my mom's 10-year plan. Crying works, guys. Try it sometime. Cry on the internet. You might get some idiots to give you money. Big up Smitty Webman Jensen. It says, attention shoppers, buy something. I'm tired of it. Big ups. Shiny Teeth in the house says, imagine you're running a sandwich shop. Okay, that's easy enough. I've been doing that a lot today. No one goes there, and the mob uses it for money laundering. That's filling his whales. Sound good? Got it, Shiny Thief. Makes sense to me. Makes sense to me. I know. I got to get, how could this happen to me? I got to get that on lock, Trevor. I will. Mad Stay Noided says, ironic content means something with zero substance. Sounds good to me, Mads Noided. That's what he provides. So you know that. He provides that for us every day. Jericho TSK says, be honest, did you hold up 3 fingers when I did the 3? Yes, I did. I did. I often do hand movements when I'm speaking. Jericho, you're correct. NWO News says, trying to correlate contract salary to donations. That's what he's always doing. That's what he's always doing, is saying, I have a real job, therefore I should get consistent income. But he has a job where that's not guaranteed in any way, shape, or form. But he still wants it. He still wants it. Silas Sama in the house says, only eat at my sandwich shop. Don't go to Subway. That's what he did with the cult speak. Also, don't even think about looking at the... Don't even look at the advertisements of other companies. And if you see an article about something negative about Subway, don't read it either. Just eat our sandwiches and shut the fuck up. It's pretty simple. Kaijuru says, imagine your sandwich shop. Well, that's what we're doing today, Kaijuru. Legend. All right, let's go.
From people in the chat.
I got...
oh, my God.
Right when the stream starts, I'll get over there. Don't worry, I'm on it.
Phil has no idea. Listen to this. I love this one.
Right,
Phil has no idea how to operate a business.
Yes.
Someone actually said that to me in the chat.
Yes.
Me. Someone who...
the quality
who has run his own business
into the
since
ground.
January of 2011, and I've done this for a living for 13 years.
Yes.
I have no idea how to operate a business.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes, that's true.
Allow me to give you
Pretty simple,
a
actually.
comparison perspective to put this into a better frame of reference that maybe would make a little bit more sense.
Could you make this a sandwich shop reference, please?
Okay? Let's say, for example, I was running a sandwich shop.
Thank you. Okay.
Okay?
Thank you.
Gourmet sandwiches. And we do
Okay.
all kinds. We do
Thank
lunch meat, meatball subs, all this good stuff, right?
Okay. Yeah,
so
I'm
think a sandwich
following.
shop, right?
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
not
yeah.
a Subway, because Subway's terrible. Think an actually good sandwich shop, all right? That's my business. I own it. It's my own small business.
Okay, cool. I'm listening. Go ahead.
The sandwich shop operates well. Has a variety of clientele that come in different times a day to buy different kinds of sandwiches. So the variety of sandwiches works.
There are some weirdos, but we let them in. That's fine.
All of a sudden, we introduce a new product, the chicken parm sandwich. Okay?
Ooh.
It's a different product, very different from everything else. People have been actually requesting that I have chicken parm for a while. And finally, we adopt it and we put it on the menu. The first day that we have chicken parm on the menu, the store is bursting at the seams with customers. They're coming in droves. They're lining up. They want the chicken parm sandwich. They love it. It's selling. It's selling out.
Awesome.
All right?
Now what?
So the first 8 hours of the day, from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., oh my God, we sold so many chicken parm sandwiches, but we're taking a break for the rush, but the dinner rush is about to come in. So what should we do?
We're taking a break for the rush, but the dinner rush is coming. I'm just telling you what he said there. You could come to your own conclusions on what it means.
In a break for the rush, but the dinner rush is about to come in.
Okay,
So
go
what
ahead.
should we do? And someone says, well, we actually just sold so many chicken parm sandwiches. We can't keep up with demand. Instead of selling all our other sandwiches, why don't we just cancel them all, get rid of everything? Let's only sell chicken parm sandwiches. Let's turn this into the chicken parm sandwich store.
That's
right?
pretty cool.
Let's go out and spend all of our budget and all of our time only preparing chicken parm sandwiches. Okay? Or
That's what he said. Yeah, he said he's gonna take a break for the rush. He just wants to listen to some Rush. Okay, gotcha. God, dinner rush is coming up soon. Oh God, this dinner rush is gonna kill us.
you could not do that, and you could have the chicken parm sandwich, but also keep it balanced with all the other things that you offer for a variety clientele. All right? Because here's the thing. If you only sold the chicken parm sandwich, here's exactly what would happen. That
ahead.
sandwich would continue to be popular for probably another day or two until everyone had a taste of the chicken parm. And then it wouldn't be as popular anymore. It would actually die out after a day or two, maybe 3-4 days, right? But what happened is, because all you did was sell chicken parm sandwiches, you didn't sell anything else. You don't have the ingredients. Your other customers were coming in and saying, well, I want a meatball sub. We don't have that. Well, I would like my cold cut combo. We don't have that.
I'm lost on the point here. Just listen up.
About a Philly cheesesteak? We don't have that anymore. All we have is chicken parm. Well, screw this. I'm never coming back.
Okay, so they're getting up and leaving. Not sure the point of this yet. Maybe there'll be a point in the end. We'll get there. I thought it was about he didn't own a business, right? Was that the beginning? I thought.
And so what would happen is all of your customer base who regularly come and support you would leave, because all you're doing is catering to people who only want chicken parm sandwiches.
Okay.
And once the hype for the chicken parm sandwich is dead, what do you have left? Oops, nothing. Because no one else comes to our store anymore because we ignored those customers. We didn't treat them with respect. We didn't basically say, hey,
We didn't treat them with respect.
the ones who made us who we are. You're the ones who allowed me to have a successful business before the chicken parm came along, right? It wouldn't make sense at all. That's called good business. Good business means to understand when you see a trend, yes, you jump on the trend and you take advantage of it, but you don't completely change everything you're doing to take advantage of a short-term trend.
This is all because he didn't want to play Baldur's Gate 3, by the way. The title of this video is Full First Thoughts on Baldur's Gate 3 and Why I'm Not Playing It Today. So remember, I think he got whaled out on Baldur's Gate 3, and he's just trying to cope with not wanting to play that anymore. That's the only thing he's doing here.
There's a difference between recognizing something that could critically importantly impact your business in a positive way and entirely changing the way you operate
to take advantage of something that's going to be fleeting.
Okay.
Okay? So basically, here's the truth. This is sadly what most YouTubers do. All right? Jasper, you're very silly. I'm trying to tell a point and you're standing on my lap. And it's very hard to make a point
How
when
is
you're
that
standing
silly?
on me. Okay?
I'm just waiting to get some pets, man.
He's purring. So,
X.
here's the thing.
X.
Here's how all the YouTubers operate out there. Okay?
We don't need this. We got this. We got the sandwich shop. Let me make sure he doesn't say it again. Does he go back to the sandwich shop? But we got the point here. He says sandwich shop. Look at this. That's a variety of content. Okay, so he says sandwich 27 times. Is there any more times? Okay, yes, there is. Okay, here, we're going to get to it. Okay, here we go. We get back to it somehow. Okay. 10 minutes later. Legitimately. 10 minutes later. Okay? I want you to keep that in mind. This is 10 minutes have passed, okay? 10. 1-0.
You know that you can come back tomorrow and have that same experience because of the dependability, because of my honesty, my loyalty to my audience. You don't get that with other people, right? Literally, other people would have said, here's our schedule. Oh, wait, Baldur's Gate 3 did well? Just cancel every other game. Cancel every other sandwich that we make in the sandwich shop. We're only making chicken parm. For as long as I can milk the money coming out of the chicken parm sandwich, we keep milking the money out of the chicken parm sandwich. But then what happens? Right? What happens then? Let's be honest.
Go ahead.
You are ending up not being loyal and honest to those who made you who you are. Right?
Oh.
If I only played Baldur's Gate 3 and didn't care about anything else, what about all the other people who watched RoboCop, who watched Street Fighter, who watch other games and watch?
Okay, I'm going 40 minutes in the future. 40. Wait, was it really 40? Just about. Let's say a little between 30 and 40 here. 30 and 40 minutes in the future, okay? I didn't see the exact time I went over here.
But I'm not willing to sacrifice every other thing I'm doing with my business and basically screwing over all of those who've been longtime supporters and viewers for the sake that there's currently hype for Baldur's Gate 3 from a certain audience. I'm not going to ruin everything else and essentially make my sandwich shop the chicken parm exclusive shop just to have that die out within a week, and now I have no customers left. There you go.
Okay, 3 minutes later.
Actually doing something nice and meaningful for people today, right? A lot of people don't get that. I'm glad that you got it 1 minute, man. A lot of people don't understand that. And you got to lay out, I have to do the sandwich shop chicken parm story for those who just don't get it right away. There you go.
This sandwich shop analogy took, let's see, when did we start? We started the sandwich shop analogy at 27 minutes, and we finished at 1:19. So I know he wasn't talking about sandwiches the whole time, but that is legitimately
From people in the chat.
50-minute.
Oh my God.
Oh no,
Phil has no.
Yeah, an hour. That was an hour. Legitimately an hour. The longest one in history, maybe? 1 hour of sandwich shop nonsense. 1 hour. All right. We're finally going to 2024. 2024. Okay, here we go. That was 2023. Very robust in terms of sandwich shop references. Now we're going to 2024. Big ups to Ramen Brahman, who says, my sandwich shop is better because I don't advertise. I'm not a shill sandwich shop that has commercials and billboards. I'm an honest sandwich shop. Thank you so much, Ramen Brahman, for that. I appreciate your honesty and your truthfulness and meaningfulness and educational content, too. Dark Wolf says, yeah, the lasagna hype died down in the 1800s. It did. It did, Dark Wolf. That's why we don't have lasagna anymore. God damn it. Johnny Teef says, milking the parm for sus. Tenants. Big up, Shiny Teeth. And Grievous Gibbon says, 1 RoboCop sandwich, please. Okay, I'm down with that. All right, 4 videos left. Let's go. And we have some bonus ones, too, if we have time. If we don't get to the bonus stuff, we'll do it a different day, I promise. I still got to finish the Rambo video. Rambo and Howard video, though. So much stuff. Tired of it. Too much.
Okay. All jokes aside, do you ever consider your fans as your boss since your business is fan funded? If not, what title would you give them? Thanks for the content. Hashtag DSP politics to save the business. Ugh.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you consider your fans as your boss?
He will never in a million years say yes to this, even though that is a better way to think about it, right? But he will not say it.
Okay. Fans and viewers are the customers. Okay?
See?
Not
There
the
you go.
boss, the customers. It's the same as if I operated any business, any independent business out there, whether it would be a shop where people bring in their computers and people repair them and put them back out. A shop where it's a sandwich shop and you make food for customers coming in and you sell it to the customers. It's what it is. The difference is it's not a paid for upfront service. It's free. And then you basically tip after the fact if you like the service. You understand? So that's really how it works. So no, not the boss. The boss is me. I'm the one who determines how to run the business, what products I'm going to offer, hopefully making those appealing to the customer base and stuff like that. But I make my schedule, I make my hours, I make the content, I make the stream.
I make my schedule, I make my hours. Those, yeah, very important job. You mentioned two things, okay? And they're both the same thing, actually. So what a busy boy here.
I decide what to do. But a person who operates their own business and does it well listens to customer feedback. And that's what I've learned to do more and more over the years. Take in all of your feedback. Tell me what it is you like and don't like about what I'm offering at my business so that I can try to cater it more towards what you want. Now, the thing is, much like any business, I can't make everyone happy all of the time. I can please this group of people today and this group of people tomorrow, but I can't just please everyone because everyone's different. Everyone's looking for something different. Tomorrow,
notice this shirt pull here because the moobs were coming out a little bit too much for his liking. Ready?
but I can't just please
Sees the moob crease, and he's going to pull it down. Ready?
everyone because everyone's different. Everyone's looking for something different when it comes to anything in life, right? You might like a chicken sandwich. The guy next to you might like a burger, and the guy over there might want a Philly cheesesteak. And that's, you know, that the store can't make the best sandwich for every person. Same thing here. One
God
person
damn
might
it.
like content that's fighting game related. One person might like RPGs. One person might like, I don't know, action games. One person might like it when I play a more challenging game where I fail and rage, but I persevere. One person might just like chill gaming where I was laid back and I'm more interactive with you guys. You know what I'm saying? It's all very different, and it's all for different people, right? So, yeah, that's the truth is, you know, it's just like any other store. I got to figure it out for myself based on feedback from you. But ultimately, I'm the boss, and that's the good thing. That I steer the ship. I direct the content, right? It's not me working for someone else for them to personally benefit on the work that I'm doing. I benefit from the hard work that I put in.
Yes.
You know, I don't feel underappreciated because I am the one who ultimately determines my level of success based on my level of dedication and hard work.
That's not true, though. See, there is jobs where that is true, but that's not true in this case. 4 people decide the level of success you have, right? And also now we're at a time now where you can buy whatever, you can tell the boss what to play with money anytime you want, right? Guys, if you want me to play Street Fighter, $150 before the pre-stream ends, and I'll do it. Fuck the schedule. I don't give a fuck. So, and again, he's using the hard work he's putting in the hard work, which you know what that means. As he said not too long ago.
I have no problem e-begging.
That is clear. That's hard work, though. Joe Dub in the house says, Little Sandwich Shop of Snorters. Little Shop of Horrors was, when I was a kid, one of those movies I watched, like before I don't know what age group that, I know they say some bad words in that, but some reason I was allowed to watch that movie, and they had some bad words and stuff, and I watched the fuck out of that thing. I love that movie. I thought it was awesome. I watched it. I know every single part of that movie. I don't know how old I was, but I was definitely too young to be watching it, but I loved it. I thought it was so fucking cool. Songs rock. I got the CD, not the CD, excuse me. I got the tape. Okay. I was trying to be hip. I mean, CDs were obviously out when I was a kid, but I got the tape to be hip. But it's a good fucking movie. Robert Williams says, yes, the free service that constantly holds me over a cliff and threatens to shut down if I don't optionally tip. Very meaningful. Very meaningful. Did you like the director's cut ending, says Soga? Yes, I did. Well, on YouTube many years later, but not at the time. But yeah, I have seen them now. Big ups Robert Williams, though. And that great point about the free service, that if you don't give money in this free service, things will go to shit in my life, okay? That's very key. Don't forget that part of this meaningful service. Robert Williams is right on it. Dunce Style Mouth Drooler says, feels a mean green cat father from outer space. I have to work on the syllables on that one, but there could be a song there. Dunce Style Mouth Drooler. Mean green from outer space, and I'm something. We can make it happen. Silas Sama in the house says, a good restaurant has a limited menu. Things they specialize in. I don't get Chinese for a burger. Phil's just decided to be a master of notating. Big up Silas Sama. That is true. I'm not drinking anything. I'm not drinking. I've stopped drinking. Thanks so much, Silas Sama. You are a legend, and they do have restaurants that are actually good. Let's say like meaningful style restaurants that Philip wants to be in. They do specialize in things. But Philip doesn't specialize in anything. He says, whatever you give me money for, I'll do it. Big up. Sorry, let's keep moving. We got 4 videos left.
Right? That's the difference. But no, the viewers and fans are not my boss. They're my customers. And I need to make sure that I'm doing what it is that they want. Because if I'm making content that nobody wants, then I'm not going to have any customers come and pay for it. Right? Exactly right.
Philip, you can't say exactly right to yourself, okay? I hate to say this.
Customers come and pay for it. Right? Exactly right.
Right? Exactly right. Imagine having knowing to talk to so much that you literally confirm things you said.
Have any customers, what it is that they want. Because if I'm making content that nobody wants, then I'm not going to have any customers come and pay for it. Right? Exactly right.
I got it. I'll play it tomorrow.
I received a $2 tip.
Right? Exactly right. That is right. All right, next. 5 months ago. Uh-oh.
So, think about it. I'm wondering how I'll like this for other games, too. Right? So, thank you, Abdullah, for continuing your membership. I appreciate that. Yeah, my kill death ratio was negative. I received a $2.84 tip. Thanks for all you do. Thank you, whoever that was. I appreciate that. And Jeremiah did another super chat. If YouTube didn't exist, what would be your dream job? You know, I don't really know what to say. But, you know, one of the things that I had aspirations to do a long time ago was maybe open a restaurant of my own. Not to say that I want to cook, but to own and operate a restaurant would have been kind of interesting. It never came to fruition.
Yeah, we got that
that would have
right.
been nice. Something different to do, you know? Felix, I made this is Modern Warfare 3, and I'm playing it because I'm testing out my new Xbox Elite 2 controller that was gifted to me by a viewer. This is the unboxing and test stream. We have a couple more.
We don't shill, by the way.
Matches before I have to adjourn. It's interesting. It's heavy because it has the battery in it. I like the rubberized grip, but I'm seriously nervous this rubberized grip will wear out fast. And
Yeah, definitely.
Casanova just posted up, we are aware of reports aircraft are missing from my library and aircraft select streams. The issue is related to the server issues.
Huh? I don't get that. Oh, flight sim. The flight sim per thing. This is very recent now, 3 months ago. We're at the King's Tax era already. Okay, what's our point here? Do we have one or?
Can I? All right. Let me ask. I gotta present something.
Yeah,
okay?
please.
I gotta present something as matter of fact and fair as I can.
Please present something.
All right. If you are a game developer, correct? You're a game developer.
You can't say correct. There's no question there. If you see a turtle on the road, correct? Absolutely right. You can't do that. Can't do that. If you're sitting at home watching this stream, correct? Okay.
Put yourself into the shoes. You work for a game company. You're developing a game.
Correct.
Is it not your job and your priority. That when you have a game that you get people excited for, right? For years, it's going to be a great game and everything. That you make sure that when the game releases, you can actually play the game. Is that not the biggest priority? Like, for example, in any product, when you open a restaurant, isn't it not the most important priority the day you open the restaurant that people can come inside, sit down, and eat a meal?
Yeah.
When you own a car dealership, is it not your biggest priority to make sure that when someone purchases a car, then they can get in the car, start the car, and drive the car off the lot and use it? Immediately once they buy it, that should be the priority, correct?
If you have a new webcam and new computers and new systems and you want to be a streamer, is it not your priority to make sure they work before the stream starts? I can do it too. It's pretty fun criticizing other people.
Why is it that with video games... Imagine movies. You buy a movie ticket.
Okay, movie.
You go to the theater.
Ooh, movie theater. Okay, this is new. This is off the board. Movie theater. Okay, go ahead. I'm down for this. Go ahead.
Imagine movies. You buy a movie ticket. You go to the theater. You sit down in the theater, and then all of a sudden they say, sorry, the movie doesn't work. Come back later.
You get your money back.
No, I'm here now. I paid for my ticket now. I want the movie, goddammit. If you don't give it to me, I'm going to go to the food court. I'm going to take one of those foot-long hot dogs, and I'm going to shove it right up. Excuse me. I got a little worked up. But you know what I'm saying? Like,
this is the middle of the King arc. I say this is when he was most annoying. Very funny joke, though, as you can see. Interesting, he did choose the foot-long. Out of all the foods in a food court at a mall, like, foot-long hot dog will be pretty low on my, like, come to my mind meter. You know what I mean? Like, the first thing that pops into your mind at a food court is, like, Chinese food, pizza, you know, Chick-fil-A maybe. I would not think about a foot-long self. But, yeah, definitely. Let's get that foot-long. And where are we shoving it again?
Right up. I'm going to go to the food court. I'm going to take one of those foot-long hot dogs, and I'm going to shove it right up.
Yep, well, that makes sense. Makes sense. We need a code for that.
You know, I already had a following on YouTube, and I just said, hey, I'll see if I can make this work, and there you go. Since then, I've been a YouTuber. I literally have absolutely no clue what I would have done with my life if the YouTube thing hadn't panned out. There's no way to tell either, you know. Kind of uncertain, you know, what I wanted to do.
There we go.
FYI, what I wanted to do was I wanted to make enough money on YouTube that eventually I could do other things. Like my dad had recommended, hey, make enough money, save it up, and go get a franchise. Go buy a Subway. Go buy a freaking Burger King. You know, open your own franchise and now hire people to run it for you. And now you have money coming in that's investments that you don't have to worry about because you made enough money. And I
what a pipe dream, Dad. Save money? Get fucked.
I thought about that. Like, I thought I wanted to open a restaurant of some sort. You know, Italian restaurant or something like that would have been really neat. But,
What are we going to blame this on? Trolls? Trolls or YouTube? What are we going to blame the reason it never happened?
But it never happened. You know, I never really made enough money.
Yes,
my priority was to move out of Connecticut because I hated living in Connecticut. I just wanted to get out of there. And then ever since I moved out of Connecticut, I essentially just got stuck.
Paying
I just got stuck.
Well, any reason for that, or I don't know, any reason for how you got stuck, or
basically doing, you know, YouTube, and I didn't have any money. You know, I spent so much.
How did that happen?
Money to move out here in 2014.
Yes,
I overspent. I went into massive debt, furnished a house and the business and all of that. And I never was able to pay it back. You know, I got into a really bad situation with, you know, I was making one amount of money, which was a huge amount of money. Yes. And it all went away because of trolling and fucked up stuff where my channel tanked.
Trolls. The troll pulling that troll parachute. Gotcha.
You know?
Ooh, Doomer Ziggy said he almost sold gamer soap with Panda. Is that true? Amazing. He's trying to get in on that soap action. Get in that. Come on, Panda. Let me get in on that.
And there's things I could have done. I mean, we talked about this a million times. There's things I could have done that would have fixed it. I could have become a more interactive streamer earlier. I could have changed my content up, but I was just stuck in my ways of making this certain kind of content.
Yep.
And sadly, that kind of content declined in popularity on YouTube, and I became this meme of being a negative clown on the internet for a
You have done that yourself.
decade. So it is what it is, right?
Anything else? Gonna bitch about it more? Or?
I mean, hell, it took me how long just to be able to upgrade my setup? Now at least I have a professional setup, and I can do whatever I want on streams every day, right? That's cool.
Okay, so look at this, okay? Look at this setup. And look at this setup.
Feel like when I work, when I'm done,
Okay?
I'm done and I turn...
There are literally thousands of dollars between this. I mean, it's a bad kind of example because it's Christmas, but you get the point. It's this... Oh, it's Chris. No, perfect example. I planned this. It's Christmas and Christmas. This and this. There are thousands of dollars in between this and this. Okay, so let's just give it a real shake here. Let's play 10 seconds of this. I'm going to play 10 seconds of the other one. Okay, and you're gonna tell me the differences of if this was worth more than taking your wife to a honeymoon anywhere you want. Okay, Philip, hopefully you're watching this one, okay? Let's go. Ready? This is a comparison, A-B comparison, okay? Here we go, A-B. Here's A.
Turn off my stream for that day, that people got something out of it. And it wasn't just a cheap laugh, but maybe there's something insightful that happened. Maybe they actually felt like a part of a community. Maybe they had a fun interaction with me, right? You know,
Okay,
yeah.
that's funny too. But okay, here's the next one.
Cool, that finally I had that freedom. Okay. So, all right. So these are installed now.
Oh, this isn't even a good one, though. Let me get a more modern one, because this has the mic. This mic, I was like, oh, the mic sounds fine, because it's the old one. Let me get the new one. Hang on. I'm on it. Let's go to Chill with Phil. Yeah. There you go. Oh, my God, guys. It's amazing. Okay, here we go. This is from 2 days ago.
Alrighty, everyone. Well, what is up? Phil here with
Listen
yet
to that.
another impromptu kind of hangout session with my viewers. It's funny because we haven't done some of these in. Yes, it could have just been a laugh, but it's not just that laugh because someone was playing a virally popular game, but instead because there was genuinely something out a while, and now within 2 days we're doing 2 of them. Last night I was playing.
I mean, it's not like if you just heard that one. Okay, let's be real. If you just heard the second one, you wouldn't think, oh, this sounds like shit. But if it goes from FM to AM, yeah, that's what I was going to say, Patty. It goes from FM
actually funny or interesting that happened
to AM.
Playing the Elden Ring Night Rain network test, and we had basically done as many runs as we were going to have time to do.
Thousands of dollars in between these two upgrades, I should say. Okay, here we go. Oh, Doomer Ziggy coming through with receipts as he always does. Doomer Ziggy, what a legend. We're going back in time here. Leanna Hangen from 2013, October 31st, 2013. Okay. And she says, so it's official. When I move in with my boyfriend, hopefully sometime next year, they did do that, we are going to start on the soap business path. Since we both work in video games and the majority of my fans have gotten involved in the project, you'd be surprised how people got absorbed in the soap talk. I'm going to start small with video game and teen-themed soaps. Teen-themed soaps. Since the boyfriend usually attends 1 or 2 conventions a year, he usually gets a vendor table anyway. So I got this cool first idea project that I'm going to branch out on. Warning, if you laugh at how nerdy it is, I'll do sad faces to make you feel bad. Comic book soaps. This game came out last year called Injustice, Gods Among Us. Brief story. Imagine if Superman became an evil dictator and the heroes and villains had to pick sides. Some even switch sides. It's a really good story. It has tons of characters. I believe 30 in total, but this is ongoing, of course. My idea is to make regular melt and pour soap bars with a fragrance and a color design that represents each character. My boyfriend loves the idea, but he loves comics, so of course. And since Injustice was such a huge and still is popular video game, I think it has a fan base with comic readers and video game and TV people. And I can bet even some of you guys remember some classic heroes and villains. But anyway, I love suggestions on fragrances. I only have a few listed per character. If you need an idea of who you are scenting, refer to the Wikipedia page on current Injustice characters. But seriously, I'd love to know if you guys even know some of the characters. I'm 20, and I didn't even know some of them. There we go. So they was going to make gamer soaps. Unfortunately, that never happened. That business idea did not come through. But the idea was gamer soaps. And that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. That would have been a good saving the business style thing. The teen soaps is interesting, but moving on positively here. Dr. Strangelove says, a 220 taking a 12-inch and shoving it up is 455. There we go. A 220 is taking a 12-inch and shoving it up a 455. His 455, excuse me. Big Dogs says, watch Kitchen Nightmares episode Amy's Baking Company. This is what DSP Sandwich Shop would be. All they do is scream and talk about trolls. I have seen that one. That's like the most famous one, isn't it? That blonde with the crazy eyes. Her eyes are really wide and expressive. I have seen that one. But they just blame all their problems on... I think like half the reason that some of these restaurants fail is like they're just narcissistic owners that can't see that what they're doing is not working right. I mean, that's really it. The end is that all the problems are not their problems. They're stuck in their ways. Their viewership goes down, or excuse me, their customer base goes down. And they blame everyone else. And that's kind of the same thing that's going on here, right? Okay, so Philip is in chat. The slideshow has not started, though. So we'll do a few specials here. We have a good morning all from Philip in chat, so he is there at least. That going here. Hang on. Got it there. Okay. Now I should be able to highlight. Good morning all. There we go. Okay, so a few bonus style, and this was recommended. These are Meerkat suggestions here, and they are not the same thing as Sandwich Shop, but they are, that would be like if. So what we're doing here, and this will definitely continue another day, this is going through other metaphors DSP has made. Trust me, they're all brilliant, okay? Just get ready. Here we go. So this is the first one. Did we finish this, right?
So I did want
to... Oh, no, that was just my microphone check. Okay, here we go. We're going back in time, so we're in 2011. Here we go.
What I can say is this: thank you to Machinima for at least giving me fair warning that this could happen, because if they didn't, I would have been kind of blindsided. At least now I kind of know, and I have the ability now to consciously make the decision, do I want to take that risk or not? And at least now...
Steven Seagal.
You know, that's good. That's good, because I never had that before. Before I was the little guy. I was the guy who was just trying to do this as a hobby, and I didn't have any support from anyone really besides the fans. And so when I was getting these copyright strikes, I didn't know what to do. I was just like, fuck, you know. At least now I understand what's going on. So, yeah, all right. So that's it. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm definitely going to beat Dragon Age 2, but I don't know if I'm going to put up the ending. Hey, what the hell? What I might do is I might record it, and then I'll just reenact it for everyone. I'll pretend to be everyone in the game and just tell everyone what happened at the end of the game. And then guess what? That would be like me saying, all right, everyone, spoilers now, I'm going to tell you the end of Inception. At the end of Inception, this happens. And guess what? No one could do jack fucking shit about that. So, in that case, EA, fuck you if you think you're going to put a copyright strike against me for talking about the end of your game. Good luck trying that out. So, maybe that's what I'll do. I don't know. We'll see.
This guy's a tough guy. Watch out. Did it start? Let me hear. I think I missed it as if when. Here, it was here. Let me hear it again, the beginning. Maybe I missed it.
What I can say is this: thank you to Machinima for at least giving me fair warning that this could happen, because if they didn't, I would have been kind of blindsided. At least now I kind of know, and I have the ability now to consciously make the decision, do I want to take that risk or at the end of the game? And then guess what? That would be like me saying, all right, everyone.
Oh, that was it. That would be like me saying, he said, this is what I'll do. I just reenact the ending, and they can't copyright strike me on that one. Okay. That's the metaphor there. Reenacting the ending. Gotcha. All right, last one. Slideshow started, so we will get over there in 1 second. Here we go.
I mean, that's kind of what I'm figuring. But anyway, the reason that this is possible is because if you were following along E3 last year, one of the major announcements from Valve was that Steam is now on PS3, and actually this game allows you to sign up for Steam on PS3 or link your existing Steam account from your PC to your PS3, and that's how you're able to play cross-platform, which is pretty neat. And there's pros and cons to this. I think the pros are if you have friends who have it for PC, or if you're a PC gamer and you have friends who have it for PS3, that's obviously a plus. Personally, it doesn't affect me in that regard. The other cool thing is, people are saying that in the future there'll be a lot of mods for the game, a lot of user-created content and things like that that's usually released through Steam.
Mods.
That's all well and good, but bottom line, there's so many games that come out this year. I doubt I'm ever coming back to Portal 2, you know what I mean? Once I beat the campaign and I beat the co-op campaign, why would I come back to play user-created levels? That would be like dropping everything and not playing new content to go and play Little Big Planet levels. It doesn't make sense to me. If this were one of the few games you were buying this year, then I could see, sure, it has a value to it, but for me, it really doesn't have much value.
That would be like one... that would... Oh, shit. I think you can hear that, can't you? Oh, the slideshow starts in my earphones. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Get this slideshow out of here. Slideshow music. That would be like dropping everything to release that. Well, let's do one more. That was not a good one to end on. Here, let me get into one more. One more. We'll end on a good note. Then we'll redirect you. Hang on.
On video games.
Here we go. Last one.
Last but not least.
Yes.
Controversy surrounding GameStop.
Go ahead.
Here's what happened. Deus Ex on the
Target
PC,
bag,
the PC
target
version
bag.
of the game, is being sold with a coupon inside to get a free copy of the game over on Live, which is an online streaming service for video games. As you know, if you watch my videos where I actually tried the console. So basically you buy Deus Ex on PC and you get another free copy of it that you can stream anywhere. Well, the higher-ups at GameStop said, wait a minute, OnLive is a gaming service that directly competes with our business model. We sell physical copies of games, they sell digital streaming of games. Why are we going to allow this gaming company to promote our direct competitor in a product we're selling? So compare it to this. You go to Quiznos, and Quiznos makes you a tasty sandwich, and they wrap it up. But on the wrapper of the Quiznos sandwich is a coupon to get a free Subway sandwich at Subway.
Whoa.
So that would be like, again, you're selling a product, and something in the product is giving away a competitor's product. It doesn't make sense. So I kind of agree. I can see their line of reasoning at GameStop why they were upset that Eidos didn't tell them, number one, they didn't tell them they were going to put the coupons in the game, and number two, they did it without their knowledge or without their even asking.
Okay.
So here's GameStop now stuck with thousands upon thousands of PC copies of the game. What do?
Yeah.
And the higher-ups say, open the games, take the coupons out, and sell the games as new. That I don't agree with. If you're going to sell me a game that's open, you can't charge me full price. And I always disagree with this practice at GameStop. So do I think they're wrong for taking the coupon out? I actually don't. From a business perspective, I can see why they did it. But I disagree with them trying to sell the game as new. They should have discounted those games and took the hit if they didn't want to promote their competitor per se. Or they should have
This is what a business degree gives you.
worked it out with Eidos and said, Eidos, fuck you. Give us a discount because you basically screwed us by putting this coupon in the games, and now we have to sell them at a discounted price. Don't hurt the consumer by charging us full price for an open game. Hurt the company who really hurt you, who's Eidos.
Makes sense. All right, there we go. Or Matt, that might be the earliest sandwich shop metaphor, actually. The two yellow cans above him are lint rollers, and they would stay there for over a year. They would stay up there. All right. But anyways, you're all legends for chilling. You'll be redirected right away. I won't do any song or anything. You'll be redirected right away, and then we'll get going on the pre-stream nonsense. I'll probably play the Mike Watson mention again on the other side of this in case you didn't hear it. And then we'll get ready for a hype pre-stream. All right, everybody? So thanks for chilling, everybody. You're all legends, and I'll see you in just a second. Bye.